see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha! Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. What? Ha ha ha!
What's up?
Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. Ha! It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. Ha!
What's up? We back. What's up, Sarah? We got Andre Galvao. We got some other BS crap. Who cares? Let's just get into it. What up? What up? We got Ash Williams says unpopular opinion: tournaments over pro shows. Honestly, pro shows. I think tournaments are harder. You can't hide in you can hide in a pro show, but you can't hide in a tournament. If you guys don't know Ash Williams, he's an old school guy, kind of.
Are pro shows overrated, and do competitions really bring out the best of us and the better athletes? You got multiple matches, you can't pick your opponent, and you can't pick the rule set. Also, you don't have to sell any tickets for your spot. So, are pro shows overrated, yes or no? What are our thoughts? Are pro shows overrated, and do competitions really bring out the best of us and the better athletes? You got multiple matches, you can't pick your opponent, and you can't pick the rule set. Also, you don't have to sell any tickets for your spot. So, are pro shows overrated, yes or no? What are our thoughts? Are pro...
Dara O'Connell says tournaments are the only way to build a real legacy. And ironically, by winning them, you get more super fights or shows. So yeah, your ADCCs, who's number one's not really a tournament, usually. Your IBJJFs, yeah, you gotta beat the best to become the best. So that is true. And you can't just have influencers at the tournament. You can have influencers in the super fight professional show. They can do whatever, but you put them in that tournament, they're not gonna make it. It says shows. It says they are also 100% harder. Shows and super fights, I would even argue nowadays, for pros are just paydays. Nobody really cares too much about the results because different shows and rule sets come and go and never really amount to anything. Dara, he likes IBJJF, which I understand. A lot of people talk shit on IBJJF, but you guys never did Worlds or Pans or any big tournaments, so until you've experienced those tournaments, you can't really say much. A big tournament win will change people's lives. Trials, IBJJF, majors give you huge credibility and seminar instructional potential. The younger generation now see the super fight, I would say nogi, the show scene, and want to skip straight to that. But anyone with credibility has done their time and been successful on the tournament scene. I don't know, man. I tell people, I used to tell people to compete. I don't tell people anything anymore. I got some good stories. I'll save my good stories for another day. We'll get to Galvao, but let me warm up a little bit. We got Mr. Canuto getting ready for something. What is he getting ready for? It says Weight Cut Chronicles.
Essas ideias, e aí não desapega. O jogo todo muda quando tu escreve suas regras. Vai pra dentro do momento, não pode dar brecha. Tô atento já faz tempo, qualidade não tem pressa. Hoje eu fazia festa, corre atrás, juntei as peças. E quebra a cabeça que hoje sua cabeça quebra. Mudei minha história e alcancei a minha meta. Se esconde que agora quem não gosta me detesta. Se esconde que agora.
See, that's why I thought she was Brazilian.
Se esconde que agora quem não gosta vai ver.
Oh, is he doing UFC BJJ? What is he cutting weight for? This must be at the Performance Institute with all this with all this technology. Look at all this technology right here. Yeah, that must be Performance Institute. I can't win over here. Can't win. We got Mr. Hoffa Mendez. Somebody get this man into a super fight. Please put this man in a super fight. Hey, this man need to compete. This man needs to compete. Look at him doing all this crazy stuff. This man need to compete, man. Come on. He need to compete. Look at him doing this crazy stuff. He need to go compete, bro. He need to compete. Look at that. You guys can't do that. I can't do that either. You about to do some flying triangle? Here we go. Look at that. This is just a chill day, too. I still think Hoffa Mendez would win featherweight and 66 kg, too, in ADCC. I don't think anybody could beat him. Yeah, I don't think anybody could beat him. I mean, maybe his students could. Is that Cheeto Vera? See, look. Who cares? Now, they're never going to show you the when he gets beat, though. They ain't never going to show when he gets beat. But shout out to him. He need to go compete, man.
Tired he was, and knowing my hand fight in the first, and then knowing how hard he committed on that ride, I knew I had it. I knew I had him. Like in the third, I knew he was tired. I knew he was going to take a bad shot, and so just staying patient and just waiting for my opportunity. Coaches, after I got the takedown, they just kept reminding me, like, say, never do that to yourself. Like, you're way better than that. Like, that match didn't have to come to the last second. Like, you can get out on anybody, but after coaches threw that brick, they got me out my head, and, man, I just let it fly at the end and knew I had to get one. We have 2 weeks, so we can still make little small adjustments, stay in my mental tough, and, man, so I just seen the fans, everybody behind me, man. I just have a big support system around me. And, man, I just got to stay healthy, and I know the sky's the limit. Knowing how tired he was, and
What's up, Year? He's talking about Mr. Ferrari, AJ Ferrari. So that was the Big Tens. AJ went up to 285 or something. Was that the weight class?
knowing
I can't remember the weight class, but yeah. We got NCAA's coming up soon, so. Should be pretty exciting. One of the kids, I know a kid that's going to NCAA's. Shout out to Mr. Caleb. He helped me get ready for ADCC a couple years ago, but he punched his ticket to the tournament, so I'll be watching him. What was this? Is this about Kayla Harrison?
Working, disciplined human being. And so it's no surprise to me that she's like, yeah, I'm going to take on a whole new sport and go be the champion at it. And I'm like,
sure.
Go you. It's fascinating, right? Because I already think judo is so hard, but she's got that part down. So instinctually, she's always going to dominate from a grappling judo armbar kind of perspective. So then she's got to learn all these new things, which because of how hardworking and dedicated she is, that's like a no problem. Next, I was there this year when she won the belt in Jersey. She's one of those people who is extremely resilient. Like, she has gone through more things in her life than most people could ever imagine in and outside sport. She is hardwired to overcome challenges. So I know she's going to overcome and come back.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison, tough, two-time, I believe she was was she the first American gold medalist in judo? I don't know if she was the first, but she got it 2 times. So shout out to her. She did have neck surgery, so she's still human, she's still human like the rest of us.
Carr became a force of nature. He didn't just compete, he dominated.
I was intense. The guy's not going to let me throw him down. So I have to be kind of aggressive.
He's famous for his duck under. That was his signature move.
Nate Carr can duck you from anywhere. He hated to lose.
Oh, Nate Carr?
Hated.
That's
He was so explosive that a lot of his competitors saw it coming and couldn't stop him. And that's when you know you got a really good wrestler. When everybody knows what your go-to move or your best move is, and you still execute it over and over and over again.
Drilling the technique where you have it down pat, knowing for me.
You hear that, Sarah? Drilling the technique.
Now people don't know.
That's not
think like this, but knowing why something works. No strategy, no victory. What's the plan? More reps here up than here down.
At Iowa State University, Carr became a force of nature. He didn't just compete, he dominated.
I was intense.
Sarah, did you hear he said drilling? He said drilling, not ecological. FBI Director Kash Patel says UFC fighters will train FBI agents. Sarah, ecological got Sarah's her knee hurt. Okay, so we're gonna have UFC fighters training FBI agents. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Where's Mush at? Is Mush here? That's not ecological. The FBI trains ecologically. Where's Mush at? This is for him.
And Jump Street. You're not looking at my phone. You're not going to know who I'm talking to or meeting with. It's probably no one, but I don't really have to tell you. And you already know what time it is from Jump Street. That's the 40s, though. That's
like
30,
that shit,
30
man.
in my
That's
30s.
that's me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, let me ask you about this, man.
I think, wait. Hold on. It's not you.
Yo.
That made this shit clear.
Yo, it sound like the shit I be talking about, but that's what I'm saying.
Our architecture is the same, but our execution of the building not the same.
But so what I'm saying is you're never going to be in a monogamous relationship. That's what you just said?
That's right.
It's me. What you talking about? It's us.
Please.
I've got like my non-monogamous is like a casita. It's like a little ADU. Your non-monogamous is like a palace that Pablo Escobar built. Like there's multiple pool houses and like there's long roads and you just can pop up with anything. Like we're talking about real vast spanning at any time. I'm kind of like, I'm real like small time with.
Well, let me ask you this. You know what? I'll let Stat be the judge of this, right? Since we're at the crossroads with this, I'll let you and PT and Stat answer this, right? So let's say you are in a relationship, right? Both of you guys. Since she wants to go this route, let's go this route, right? Since she's in the casita and the guest. All right, cool. Would you rather your significant other be saying, okay, they out doing this once in a while, one night stay at the party, they went on vacation, slept with somebody, this, that, and third, or have a real deep, intimate relationship with one other person? Passionate. They're buying them gifts. The day after Christmas, they're going with them to spend Christmas after Christmas with them, being with them. I'm just asking. Which one would I prefer? No, not Trish, you out. We already know what you prefer. You're saying you're in the casita. I'm in the palace. My palace may be 100 bitches, but I don't give a fuck about none of them. But your casita, you may be in an intimate relationship with somebody else where it's more passionate with the person they're cheating with. So you really got like a second girlfriend. So I'm asking y'all, would you rather the person you be with like have a couple one night stands or be in an intimate relationship with somebody, one other person?
First of all, the way you explained it, you made it seem like the intimate relationship was like the worst option. Like the way you just explained that, you were like,
I had
and give them gifts and be with them every day. So
when I say a palace, I mean the number of partners that could come through your palace.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so let's just be clear. That's what I'm talking about. I got like, let's say I have multiple, I'm not saying I do. Let's just say I have 15 one night stands and you have one other guy that you mess with but you're real intimate with. The reason I'm asking this because this girl I know is like, yeah, I share a dick, but I'm not sharing love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what girls will sit there and say, like, I'll share the dick, but I'm not sharing that nigga heart with you.
And Jump Street. You're not looking at my phone.
We live in a different time over here. This made me a little sad. So this is all, we talk about wrestling over here. We talk about all the grappling arts. So this is like a record of all the wrestling programs that were discontinued over the years, in the past 50 plus years or something like that, almost 50 years. So it's pretty sad. We might watch it twice just to kind of let that settle in, okay? So you see some big programs: Alabama, UCLA, Washington, Georgia Tech, yeah. So when they drop their D1 programs, Central Florida, Washington State, Tennessee, Villanova, San Jose State, George Washington, Delaware, Notre Dame, Dayton, Clemson, Syracuse, Oregon, Portland, UC Davis, Cal State, Boston, Boise State, Eastern Michigan, Old Dominion, Fresno State, Cleveland State, California. We watched that again. Hawaii had Florida, Alabama, yeah, all these programs. Can you imagine if wrestling was still around in these programs? They would have some, bro. It would be a lot bigger than it is now. LSU, Central Florida, yeah. Some of these Tennessee, some of these are big programs. So that's pretty sad. That's from 1977 onward. That's almost 50 years, close to it. Next year, will that be 50 years? Yeah, that'll be 50 years. So that does make me a little sad. Somebody, it says, why do we care about Cal Baptist dropping D1 wrestling? We have watched the number of D1 wrestling programs steadily decreasing, from entire conferences to entire states, dropping our beloved sport. And every time a university chooses to drop wrestling, it hurts. And he said, this video represents only 1/3 of the schools that dropped their D1 programs. So there's 2/3. There's 2/3 more. It says you can research all the wrestling programs dropped across divisions at. Can we find this? That's sad. That's pretty sad, bro. So yeah, I mean, wrestling could be even bigger. You know, if they had kept those programs around, it could have been bigger. But you know, that's life, man. Let's see. This happened in Georgia. We're not gonna cover that. That was a video.
Underhook.
I got Jason.
Boom, and running it. Here, dropping my shoulder below his chin, stepping and catching. Right, so I can't catch his knee from here. I drop my shoulder. Boom, boom, boom. Keep it.
Nice.
Boom. Keep it. Underhook. Boom, and running it.
You showed another good technique the other day too. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe it's this one.
Driving it.
Yeah.
Here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the wrist.
Throw by.
I'm gonna do a double knee drop on the outside of his foot, and I'm gonna look to throw this arm by as I catch his foot with my inside hand. Here. But the higher my elbow is, the easier this is to execute. If my elbow is down, it's gonna be hard to throw this over. So that's why it's important to keep this high. Even if he has head position, I'm driving in, double knee drop,
nice.
And driving it. Here. Driving it. Here.
Look, you be drilling too, Sarah. I think PJ Duke did this.
I thought PJ looked sensational, and he kind of reminds me of Isaiah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't play that one. Where else are we? We got Mr. Gary V over here. Look at him looking happy over here. Shout out to this man. Now, you know he was married to some other lady before. We got this judo training tool. Look at this. Now, this might be ecological. This is pretty cool. It looks like, you know, I don't know. I've never seen anything like this. It looks like something LL Snap got in his basement or something. Ecological's opposite. Well, I don't know. I still don't understand what ecological is. This looks like something LL Snap got in his basement, but you know, we'll leave that alone. We got UFC BJJ tonight. I don't know if I'll be watching it. I got other stuff to do. But we've got Jasmine Hosha, however she wants to say her name, versus Miss A. Rodriguez.
They fought before at Brazilian trials. Oh, there's Brazilian ADCC trials this weekend too.
There's Brazilian ADCC trials too, but I can't keep up with everything. PGF, was anybody watching PGF? I dropped like $2 over there. Jiu-Jitsu people never donate money on there. I don't know. It must be cultural or something. I don't know. I don't get it. We got 2026 NCAA championship seeds for 184. Rocco Welsh. Rocco Welsh is 184. Penn State's got like 7 for number 1 seeds. So, Aiden Sinclair, Missouri, Max McNelly, Minnesota, James Conway, Brock Manatona, Eddie Nidenbach, Angelo Ferrari, 7. Silas Allred, okay, number 8, okay. anything can happen in this tournament. Yeah, why is Angelo 7 though? Somebody here says he should be 4. You know, we've been talking a little bit about Iran. Again, Kulrak is Iranian. You know, he went to Iran just January, so we've been listening to him. Some of you guys don't know him. He's a Renzo Gracie guy. Got his black belt from Jake Shield, so we're not going to hold that against him, though. But he's been, you know, been educating us a little bit on, you know, what's going on over there.
So if you have family members in Iran, they can now call you using an international calling card. I was talking to one of my family members just right now, and one thing she said made me want to laugh and cry at the same time. She said, you know, they keep bombing us at 4 in the morning. I don't know why. Could you at least bomb us later in the day so we could at least get some sleep? And it just made me think, like, it's so depressing but so funny at the same time when you're asking a country to bomb you later in the day so you can get some sleep. But once again, guys, say no to this unjust, illegal war. It shouldn't be happening, and it's causing nothing but suffering. Spread the word. So if you have family members in Iran...
man, I don't know. I can't imagine being in that situation, you know, people bombing us. So it does make me sad. So, you know, my heart goes out to everybody over there. Listen, I can't even change the sport of jiu-jitsu, so I know I can't change America, really. You could try. Tory Lanez, I wish I never met you becomes the first prison recorded song to surpass 100 million streams on Spotify. All right, look at him. Hey, you know that man got talent, bro. When prison can't hold you back, you got talent. When prison can't stop you from putting out your songs, you got talent.
Are we about to see a new 66-kilogram star break out of ADCC South American Trials? In 2024, Fabricio Andrade stole the show at South American Trials. He was hitting leg locks, he was hitting Russian wrist snaps, he was doing headstands, choking people from the back. He hit the viral step-over armbar that shook the jiu-jitsu world, then took his opponent's rash guard and threw it into the crowd. Basically, anywhere Fabricio Andrade goes, you know there's going to be good jiu-jitsu and insane highlights to follow. Without him registered for this year's South American Trials going down in Rio de Janeiro, it leaves the question, are we going to see a new breakout star take the category? The field's wide open for guys like Kawhi Gabriel, Felipe Machado, Joshua Flores, and more up-and-comers looking to stake their claim as a Trials champion. So who do you think steals the show this year? Who do you think has the best performance at ADCC South American Trials going down March 14th on Flow Grappling? Are we about to see a new...
Trey, I don't know if that was the proper song. R. Kelly, yeah, well, they don't want to pay they owe R. Kelly some money, so they probably want to keep him in prison as long as they can. Like $1 billion or so? How much do they owe R. Kelly? Let's see. Can we look this up? That's not what I'm looking for. Dun, 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 dun. I believe he owed something else though. I don't know if this is true. Let's see if it'll pop up. It says R. Kelly, this is from last year. R. Kelly has generated over $1 billion. Talent, you got talent now. I'm not saying he's a good person. I believe they owe him some residuals or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. All that talent just to mess around. We got John Thomas in a little bit. We'll check on him in a second. We got J-Flow.
So the importance of being able to break fall, you know, one of the adages of Jigoro Kano in judo is get thrown 7 times, get up 8 times. And I think it's important to know how to protect yourself, concede, live to fight another day, rather than fight every morsel of your body, not to get thrown and getting injured. So learn your basic foundations of breakfall and build off of that, because you're gonna have a lot less fear of getting thrown when you know how to take a fall as well as it leaves you to be a little bit more free of this being scared and stiff of the unknown. So play with the concept of conceding and being okay with getting thrown. I think that's going to be a big building block for many grapplers. So the importance of being able to
J Flow's right. The only issue is, most classes nowadays are 1 hour, and you guys hate doing warm-ups. You guys hate drilling. So some of the fundamentals gets left behind. You got 1 hour class. You guys hate drilling. You guys hate to warm up. Okay, so you don't learn how to fall. You want to roll immediately. Your body's not prepared to roll. You get injured. You quit. So it is a vicious cycle because it's just you can't really do long classes anymore. An hour 30 is that's a long class nowadays. When I was coming up, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours sometimes. You could put a lot into class, your fundamental stuff, your basics, your warm up. But now 1 hour, what's up, man? 1 hour, there's no time. Technique, to go over the technique, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, man, we surviving, bro. Yeah, technique about 5 to 10 minutes. You got showing the technique 5 to 10 minutes. You guys drill for about another 10, 15 minutes. You roll the rest of 30 minutes. Water break. Yeah, the hour it gone. Supposedly denied John Jones from White House card due to criminal record, while the White House just bombed an all-girls school in Iran. I mean, as far as the White House full of criminals. The White House full of criminals, war criminals. And why do you think they get a pardon at the end of their presidency and their terms? Yo, give me the pardon. You know what I was doing over there. Give me the pardon. Is Trump a BJJ black belt? Well, Renzo Gracie might give him one. Renzo Gracie, I'm throwing Renzo under the bus. The Gracies will give Trump one. The White House trains ecologically.
Down to come through.
I don't know this brother. Anthony Went and Pat Downey.
Worked me. Not too many times I come to the gym and I got somebody who's that much better than me. If I'm being honest, it makes my brain light up. Not saying the guys that I go with aren't good, but when you get dominated, something happens to the ego and makes your brain expand, makes you want to think more, makes you want to work harder, makes you want to pick up little stuff. So really good having Pat Downey come through, man. Taught me a little stuff and excited to keep working. Really good work, man. Had Pat Downey come through.
Where's that CP? CP be feuding with Pat Downey. I like Pat Downey because, when Penn State was getting in trouble, Pat Downey was leading the charge. We got Peanut Butter Jiu-Jitsu League over here.
Why PBJJF use the double elimination system? Here at PBJJF, we decided to create a double elimination system where we want all the athletes to have a great experience. Double elimination, we have at least 2 matches. So if you have a bracket of 10 people, so if you lose, you ended up going to another bracket competing for the 3rd place. So we believe that this way we have more opportunity for athletes to get more experience and to be able to have a chance to win at the 3rd place medal. At the PBJJF, we do double elimination for up to 4 athletes. We do round robin when it's 3 athletes, and when it are 2 athletes in the bracket, we do best of 3. So the match will be one against the other. Whoever wins, if they win the next time, they're the champion of the bracket. Or if one wins, one loses, they go to the 3rd match as the final match for that bracket. I know you like experience. You want to see Jiu-Jitsu growing. And at PBJF, we're always looking to innovate, maintaining the professionalism and also maintaining Jiu-Jitsu as a whole, the way we believe that Jiu-Jitsu can grow in the sports scenario, and also maintaining traditions that we believe we should keep with us.
This is starting to look more, Andre, this is starting to be more attractive to people because, you do IBJF, it's single elimination, but you're paying, just to sign up for pans is close to $200, $180 right now. So just for one match, You're not guaranteed another match. You're going to go out there and, possibly lose all that money and get one match. So let me know if you guys want to pay $200 for one match or have the ability to have more matches. So that makes sense to me. I don't think IBJF going to change anything. It's the most expensive t-shirt you ever. That t-shirt cost $1. What's up, Mush? And Mush is going up. $150 the early bird pricing. Now, if you missed that, God forbid you trying to see what your weight's looking like, or you gotta get your money straight or something, or you got something, man, they, Nogi Worlds was like $200, and God forbid you try to do gi and no gi, go ahead and just open up your wallet, man. So I'm kind of tired of paying for IBJF. I've been paying IBJF for 20 years, almost 2007. I've been paying them since 2007. Yeah. I'll show it to you now, Mush. Yeah, I think it's like 182. That is late pricing. But that ain't no. It's the same tournament. There's no shortage of competition. It's not a limited resource. It's not like they're giving me something. Like, yeah, I'm still on the fence if I'm gonna do it or not. I don't really feel like spending this money. Yeah, here we go. Okay, it was December 14th, before Christmas. You know you ain't got money before Christmas. They know you ain't got that money before Christmas. That money's already spent on Christmas presents. Okay, it was $139 before Christmas, and then it was $173 February 8th. I think I was doing a tournament that day. And then now it's $182. And S182 Mush plus your registration, $30-$40. I don't know how much that is. You're already paying $200. Spectator fee is that for pans? Okay, it's free, but listen, parking $15. Parking $15. Parking $15. And if you go 2 or 3 days, you getting closer to another $100 right there. So I'm just tired of being fleeced, bro. Houston Open in 2009 was $90. Yeah, I mean, I don't have enough points to do adults, so I would have to do masters. I don't want to pay $182 for masters. Shout out to my masters though. Plus parking $15. That parking was $10 last year. That parking keep going up. The pricing keeps going up. The membership go up. I don't know what you get for that. I can't tell you what you get. That $15 parking hurts you too. Especially because you can't. There ain't nothing near that place, so you can't just park your car off the street. In California, you can get that street parking in California. You ain't getting that in Florida. You will sweat yourself out of business over there. Yeah. And some of you guys got to fly. Well, you can probably get a cheap Spirit flight, though. I will say you can get that cheap. The acai, one time, the first time I met Danny Chopper, well, the only time I met Danny Chopper, I saw him at a tournament, and he had some acai. I was like, man, how much was that acai? $25? I was like, oh, well, I ain't getting that. That's when I met Danny Chopper. He had some acai. I said, how much that cost you? He said $25. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get a $2 donut instead. I said I'm gonna get the $2 donut at the concession stand. He said that was the top tier bowl. Nah, I'm good. I ain't paying $25 for some acai. Danny Chopper, that acai used to cost $10. Some peanut butter, a little bit of granolas, that ain't, man, get out of here with that. He says, when I was training in Medellin, fresh acai bowls cost $5. Depression be making you do stupid. Day chopper. You know what? I got a donut. I think I got 2 donuts for like $3, something like that. And I was happy with that. They need to change the IBJF logo to a shiesty. They rob you in plain sight right there. So I'm probably not gonna do pans. I don't think I'm gonna do pans. Ooh, I see USADA right here too. Look at USADA. They don't know they can test you at pans. Somebody who popped at pans last year. Let me see. Who got popped at pans last year? Francisco Lowe. I was hoping, I did pans last year. I was hoping that was my weight class. I was hoping. I had my fingers crossed. I was like, I hope somebody messed up in my weight class. I was hoping. I did middleweight, and it was middle heavy. Middle heavy got caught, not middleweight. I was hoping. I was like, man, pull me up into the bracket. Pull me up into the middle. I was hoping. Francisco Lowe, yeah. He ain't the first. He won't be the last. He on the same stuff as all these other guys. I was hoping it was my weight class. Man, ooh. I'll take a bronze or something. It didn't work. We got Muggsy over here.
There's a dude from my high school in my live right now saying this dude thought he was going to be better than everybody at Tonka and then show up to practice, wasn't putting the effort during high school. That's why you're broke. You're bringing up high school. You talking about an old Muggsy. That's why entrepreneurs are rich and wealthy, because they don't worry about the past, they worry about the present, and they're very open-minded. I don't sell dope no more. I don't do this shit. I ain't got 3 jobs no more. I ain't trying to fight for fuck.
Whoa. Did he say you don't sell dope no more? All right. Well, this is who the kids love over here. Parents, please watch who your kids are following. He said, we did New Breed. Okay, awesome. Yeah, New Breed. I mean, whatever, man. Do whatever you can afford in this economy. We should do our own tournaments, Mush. Nah, Danny Chopper, defend him, man. Defend that man. Defend his... I'm gonna listen to that again, man. Listen, you can't let your kids. Okay, Muggsy, inspiration. You can't let your kids listen to everybody, bro.
Attention no more. I got it. I got money. I'm good. There's a dude from my high school in my live right now saying this dude thought he was gonna be better than everybody at Tonka and then show up to practice, wasn't putting the effort during high school. That's why you're broke. You're bringing up high school. You talking about an old Muggsy.
Nah. New breed. Yeah, that might be all we could do. I don't like when people bring up money as an argument, like they call you broke or something. And knowing full well, that guy was telling the truth about Muggsy. He said Muggsy wasn't focused in high school. He thought he was better than everybody. Didn't practice. He was telling the truth. We need to just do it, Mush. I'm tired of everybody. We just do our own stuff. And we'll make it affordable, too. People can't even do it. You can't even do these tournaments anymore. Well, he said he got money. Now he's not wearing a shirt, and he looks like Harriet Tubman. But shout out to Mush the one that came up with that. I didn't come up with that. I don't know. I don't really trust people when they say you broke. They call other people broke, and now he might have money. I don't know. I don't know what he's got. You don't know anybody's situation. I sound really creepy and judgmental. Okay. He's a Muggsy fan. Well, this man just said he don't sell dope no more, and I sound judgmental. I'm not saying you can't. What did I say? I said, parents, please watch who your kids are following. That's the only thing I said. He said, check yourself, bro. Are you a human being? We got a troll. I miss trolls. I ain't had a troll in a minute. What's up, troll? He said, you sound dumb. Thank you. I can't be trolled anymore. There's nothing left to troll. Chatbot, ecological chatbot. I can't even, I don't even feel anything anymore. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the troll. Keep trolling me. Give me some more. Talk about Andre. I'm talking about this man. I miss trolls. Man, I really don't feel too much anymore. He said, get the strap. Uh-oh, Sarah's my bodyguard now.
That's why entrepreneurs are rich and wealthy, because they don't worry about the past, they worry about the present, and they're very open-minded. I don't sell dope no more. I don't do this shit. I ain't got 3 jobs no more. I ain't trying to fight for fucking attention no more. I got it. I got money. I'm good. There's a dude from my high school in my live right now saying this dude thought he was going to be better than everybody at Tonka and then show up to practice, wasn't putting the effort during high school. That's why you're broke. You're bringing up high school. You talking about an old Muggsy. That's why entrepreneurs are rich and wealthy, because they don't worry about the past, they worry about the present, and they're very open-minded. I don't sell dope no more. I don't do that shit. I ain't got 3 jobs no more. I ain't trying to fight for fucking attention no more. I got it. I got money.
Where my bot at? Where my bot at? Come back, bot. Where my bot at? Come back. This Muggsy over here calling people broke. Some other stuff. What else did he say? He said, I got money. What's up, Quantum? He said, give the wrench. Is the bot still here? I'm actually enjoying the bot. The bot out here selling dope. I like the bot. Where the bot at? We got Navy. The Navy has a Jiu Jitsu academy now. Shout out to the Navy. Does the Army have one? It says, welcome to the NCJA. Okay, Naval Academy Jiu Jitsu. All right, shout out to them. Now, there is some grappling in the, some of the college systems, but it's not. It's a club. Talk about Andre. I'm loving these trolls. Come on, trolls. People have never been on the show before telling me to hurry up. If you guys look, we can see Andre poking up down there. So we'll get to Andre in a minute. But, we got other stuff to talk about. We will get to him. We'll spend a lot of time on him. And yes, you're being judgmental. Is this the same troll? Troll, you changed your how'd you change your information? Yeah, I can't get upset over a troll. You know what? I survived the demon. I can't be upset. The demon can't take me out. A troll bot can't take me out. The trolls are multiplying. That means something. That means we're doing something well when the trolls are here. What's up, trolls? We're gonna get to Andre in a second. Penn State has 7 number 1 seeds at NCAA's. Troll Abate. That's pretty good. Shout out to Penn State. They need to break Penn State up. Penn State. The thing is, Penn State got to keep winning because they got too much drama over there. If they lose, they get in trouble. They got Luke Lidenhall, Marcus Blaze, Braden Davis, Shane Van Ness, PJ Duke, Mitchell. Basically, the whole lineup is ranked number 1. Rocco Welsh, Josh Barr, Levi Haynes, Mitchell Messenbrink, Cole Mirasola. Some of the guys, 9, 14, 3. I'm hoping some kids come out of nowhere to surprise Penn State, though. If you guys remember, this is the kid, Jordan Williams. I don't know if we talked about this, but this kid, he wrestled for Iowa, and then the Brands brothers took him out. He was their 157-pounder. They took him out and put some other kid in for the Big Ten, and that Big Ten guy lost. Didn't even qualify the weight. So they took that brother out, and they took the other Indine. I can't remember the other kid's name. The one that had a baby. Says, as previously discussed and noted by Tom Brands, despite starting most of the season, number 16 ranked Jordan Williams was removed from the Iowa Hawkeyes starting lineup at 157 pounds just before the postseason began, so the Big Tens. In his place, Victor Vinovich got the nod at the Big Ten Wrestling Championship, where he went 0-2 in his first 2 matches and failed to qualify for the NCAA tournament. To make matters worse, Vinovich did not receive an at-large bid, meaning his season has officially come to an end. As a result, Iowa will not have a representative at 157 pounds at the national tournament, which could significantly impact the team's overall team score and placement. So they took the kid out. The kid is good. He was ranked number 16. If he had gone to the Big Ten, he would have got a entry into the NCAAs, but the Brands brothers screwed him over. So now they don't have a 157-pound representative, and they're not gonna get team points for that. Said had the Hawkeyes stuck with Williams, even if the wrestler didn't qualify for the Big Tens, he likely would have still earned an at-large bid based on his ranking and resume, ensuring Iowa had a 157-pound wrestler competing at NCAAs. So Iowa screwed themselves over. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. Iowa, they could have had somebody. If they just stuck with the guy that was wrestling for them all season, they could have had somebody. Oh, dang. So that is sad. I don't know what the Brands brothers are doing. That kid was good. No, he lost some close matches, but man, he was good. He would have gone to NCAAs, maybe had a standout showing. So I don't know what else to say. I think it might be time for the Brands brothers to get out of there. I said the same thing about Andre Galvao, but Andre's still over there. Andre took a break for 2 weeks. Andre, you know you should have taken 6 months off or something. Andre, you make me do this to you. This is bad decision making. They basically cut their foot off. And this kid's good. You know, he could have a breakout tournament at the NCAAs. Now they got nobody at 157. So I don't know what Iowa's doing. It might be time to step back, you know. It might be time to step back. Of course, you got people defending the Brands brothers, but I mean, it might be time for them to step back. You know, they had a good run. Okay, let's try a different direction. So now we got Andre Galvao. Let's watch the videos maybe 2 or 3 times, then we'll go back to, you know, and we'll read comments and we'll go through it. So all my bots, are you here? Are you here, bots? So just to kind of warm you guys up, it says Andre Galvao breaks silence on abuse allegations. I'm back teaching every day at Atos HQ. So he basically took a little vacation. Why they always got to mess with? Oh, now Mush, you hit on something. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to bring that up, Mush, but you hit on something right there. You hit on something right there, Mush. Mush with the bullseye. That tells you something about them. That tells you a lot about the Brands brothers. I don't know what kind of bias they got going on. He says, Sarah says, where are the Galvao trolls? The bots are recharging. That's 3 black dudes on Iowa that got kicked to the... Who else got kicked to the curb? Indine, Williams. What's his name, Williams? Who else got kicked to the curb? Probably other people, too. So let's listen to Andre Gabriel. Was he at Iowa? They kicked him out of there? Oh, yeah! My cousin Gabe. I forgot about Gabe. Gabe, he's too stocky, though. I blame Gabe for that. He's too stocky. He was wrestling too high of a weight class. They gave. I don't know if they gave Gabe a shot. Well, I mean, it's Iowa. They don't care about anybody. Gabe, that's my cousin right there. Yeah, they got him out of there. I think he's still there, Mush. He's still there. Now, are they treating him well? Probably not. They're probably not treating him well. So let's see what Andre got to say. Bots, are you here? Bots, come to the live stream. Bots, come on.
Hello, I hope you're doing great. You and family are doing really well, okay? So I would like to take this moment here to share with you some important things. I think this is very important not only for Atos Jiu-Jitsu team and the gym, but also for the entire Jiu-Jitsu community, okay? I took some time to digest everything, and now it's time for me to speak with you from my heart, okay? So for more than 30 years, I have dedicated my life teaching Jiu-Jitsu, mentoring students, and helping families on and off the mats, okay? And I came to the United States with a purpose within. And I believe, no doubt, that God placed this in our hearts, okay? To serve people, to teach, and to build lives through Jiu-Jitsu and through the Word of God, our faith in Jesus Christ. My wife and I have always prioritized the safety and the care, okay, of every single student and every single family within our community, okay? So with that being said, I would like to announce right here, right now, that I'm back teaching at Atos Jiu-Jitsu headquarters every single day. From Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday, I'm here, okay, teaching every single day from 6 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. I'm here all day long, and if you want to come and visit me and see me, I'm here, okay? If you have questions, I'm here, all right? So Atos Jiu-Jitsu is my responsibility, okay? And as the leader of this academy, I take that responsibility seriously, okay? So as you guys know, some accusations have been going around on social media, have been shared all over, and I just would like to say that I have been fully willing to cooperate with law enforcement and with all jiu-jitsu organizations in this matter, okay? In fact, I already reached out to the San Diego Police Department first. They never called me, they never contacted me, okay? Just want to let you know that. And I went there to make sure that they know that I'm very clear on supporting and help them, and I'm ready to assist in any way possible, okay? As a leader, okay, I talk as a leader, as a business owner. In the past few months, okay, about like 2-3 months ago, I made several business changes within the school, the gym, Atos Jiu-Jitsu, and these were corrections to the policies that had existed for many, many years. And some of these adjustments, including membership fees, okay, aligning of membership fees with academy standards rates, okay, also implementing a percentage structure for private lessons given by the instructors, okay, and making some leadership changes inside the team, okay? As you guys know, I own this gym here, but also I own another gym in Beaumont, California. And these decisions were not easy, and I understand that change can sometimes create frustration and disagreement, okay? And while there have been different opinions and reactions to these decisions, I understand that, and I believe that addressing matters with transparency is important, okay? I always did that, okay? And I did from my heart. And what matters most for me and to me is the well-being of our students and family, okay, our community. And leadership carries responsibility for the environment we create. I understand that. And my wife and I have always prioritized the safety and the well-being of every single student who walks through the door of this gym, okay? And I remain committed to listen, to improving, and to ensure that our academy continues to be a place where students, especially children and families, feel safe, protected, and respected, okay? We are professionals here, and we always being super professional with everything. And at Atos, we continue to strengthen our supervision, instruction, training, and transparency within the academy moving forward. And you guys who know more about that, every change and everything we're doing here will be shared with the entire community. So leadership requires accountability, humility, genuine care for people, okay? And I'm choosing not to attack right now anyone, okay, or argue online or creating more division inside the community. I trust that the truth will come forward through the proper time and through the proper process, okay? Moving forward, we are strengthening our school and programs in every single aspect, okay? We still have great families here. We still have people inside the gym. We still have our business running, okay? And in the meantime, I will continue doing what I have always done, teaching, serving, and caring for students alongside my wife, my family, and our team, okay? Our mission stayed the same, okay? Our mission remains the same. Innovating Jiu-Jitsu and transforming lives, okay? We have this motto for the past 7-8 years, okay? And definitely a lot of lives being transformed and changed inside this facility here, okay? And I ask you for prayers, okay? Pray for our students, pray for wisdom, you can pray for peace and for everyone involved, okay? And that's it. God bless you all, and see you on the mats tonight or anytime you come here to visit me, okay? All right, God bless, take care. Os, bye.
Yo, bots, where you at, bots? Where are the bots at? Terrorizing me. No, I haven't said anything. I'm just going to go through a couple comments. We do have another video. There's Reddit, so yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? All I know is my faith in this sport is at probably 0%, negative percent, if that's possible. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see what some of the comments say. You know, I got my what I think happened too, but I'll probably keep that to myself. We got a couple people. Whenever people go through these situations, and you know, I always want you to see who's liking their videos, who's commenting. You know, just keep a little mental note. Okay, keep a little mental note. That's all I want you guys to do. Just keep a little mental note. Keep a little mental note that, you know, Mackenzie Durr never said anything when Sarah jumped on her. Our Sarah jumped on her. Just keep a little mental note. All right, what Mackenzie never did speak up. She said she was going to put out a statement, and then she went to Carnival. So just keep a little mental note of what people do, what they say. Let me see. James Brasco. Hey, James Brasco. He says, I support and believe you, Galvao. That man crazy too. James Brasco crazy too. If crazy people agreeing with you, you probably in the wrong. That's like if Josiah agree with you. You in the wrong. You know you wrong. If crazy people start agreeing with you, you know you wrong. See, I already know too much. If crazy people start agreeing with you and supporting you, all right, I'm probably on the wrong side of this argument here. Someone says, our family has been a part of this community, and we've seen firsthand the commitment and excellence that goes into this academy. We believe in prayer, we believe in truth, and we believe in the people we've come to know. Wishing strength, peace, and wisdom for everyone involved. Okay, cool. His brother says, heart. Keep the faith. I'm tired of people using their faith. You know, I'm not saying he's using his faith, but people do use their faith, you know, to get out of trouble. Goonrod did the same thing. Kyle Snyder did the same thing, posted a Bible quote. He's forgiven. It's true, the black belts that left should have aligned their statement with his. Well, I mean, there's a power dynamic, so, you know, when you're in these situations, you don't really want to speak out. You see an opening, you know, if you're in a cult, you see an opening to get out, you got to take your opening to get out. I'm not saying they're a cult. Most jiu-jitsu schools are cults, but we see your opening to get out of there, you got to jump out of there however you can. Yeah. And, you know, and it don't seem like Andre really going to have any repercussions. And flip side, I can kind of compare that to Lloyd Irvin. There were a lot of repercussions. A lot of his athletes were, you know, blackballed from a lot of different opportunities, super fights, no more media coverage, or less media coverage, less sponsors, less everything. So there is a double standard. I see it, and you know, that infuriates me. Jesus and God mentioned to excuse the perversion. Well, I mean, it's not the first time people have used those, and it won't be the last time, Sarah. Someone says, I have a question, an honest question geared towards accountability and transparency. How do you feel like it is possible for there to be such a big discrepancy between your perspective and some lady's perspective of joint encounters? Oh, that dog. Who hit him with that? Who hit him with the Uno, the reverse card? Someone says, is there any proof? So far, nothing. Someone says, where are these ladies? when you put someone in this heat, you can have the names exposed there, or is it just another fake news? So we get into this argument of, again, victims really don't owe you to come out to explain their story. Now, if they're going through the legal system, and even when you go through the legal system, it's hard to prove a lot of this stuff. He just shot from the hip, freestyled that statement. Well, it's better than ChatGPT. Should have practiced. Or how about, hey, stay away from Atos, lay low for a little bit. He laid low for about a month. He laid low for about a month. And you know what? You might see him at Pans or somewhere. It might be a good thing I'm not at Pans. If I had to see him, well, I ain't scared of none of these people. He never addressed allegations in this statement. Well, he did say some allegations were made, but he never really said anything. And it's because these guys are never held accountable, Sarah. They live like, kings over there. These guys, the Mendez brothers, these guys over here in California, they live like kings over there, man. Someone says, there is testimony, and that is why I asked my specific question. He comes as a teacher and a man of God. He speaks as the leader of the academy and says he is responsible as the owner and discusses changes. He says he offers transparency, so help me understand how young girls did not feel safe and actually felt objectified or groomed. Help me understand, because this is what the community is looking for. It isn't an argument. It's a call for moving everyone forward. So, some people don't care. What's up, LL Snap? Yeah, we're going to have to send LL Snap over there. A lot of people saying they're going to go over there and train. Where the bots go? Bots, get back over here, bots. We're going to listen to it one more time. And I'm waiting for the bots to get back over here. Where'd my bots go? Let's listen to it one more time, and then we got a second video.
Hello, I hope you're doing great. You and family are doing really well, okay? So I would like to take this moment here to share with you some important things. I think this is very important not only for Atos Jiu-Jitsu team and the gym, but also for the entire Jiu-Jitsu community, okay? I took some time to digest everything, and now it's time for me to speak with you from my heart, okay? So for more than 30 years, I have dedicated my life teaching Jiu-Jitsu, mentoring students, and helping families on and off the mats, okay? And I came to the United States with a purpose within. And I believe, no doubt, that God placed this in our heart, okay? To serve people, to teach, and to build lives through Jiu-Jitsu and through the Word of God, our faith in Jesus Christ. My wife and I have always prioritized the safety and the care, okay, of every single student and every single family within our community, okay? So with that being said, I would like to announce right here, right now, that I'm back teaching at Atos Jiu-Jitsu headquarters every single day. From Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturday, I'm here, okay, teaching every single day from 6 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. I'm here all day long, and if you want to come and visit me and see me, I'm here, okay? If you have questions, I'm here, all right? So Atos Jiu-Jitsu is my responsibility, okay? And as the leader of this academy, I take that responsibility seriously, okay? So as you guys know, some accusations have been going around on social media, have been shared all over. And I just would like to say that I have been fully willing to cooperate with law enforcement and with all Jiu-Jitsu organizations in this matter, okay? In fact, I already reached out to the San Diego Police Department first. They never called me, they never contacted me, okay? Just want to let you know that. And I went there to make sure that they know that I'm very clear on supporting and help them, and I'm ready to assist in any way possible, okay? As a leader, okay, I talk as a leader, as a business owner. In the past few months, okay, about like 2-3 months ago, I made several business changes within the school, the gym, Atos Jiu-Jitsu, and these were corrections to the policies that had existed for many, many years. And some of these adjustments, including membership fees, okay, aligning of membership fees with academy standards rates, okay, also implementing a percentage structure for private lessons given by the instructors, okay, and making some leadership change inside the team, okay. As you guys know, I own this gym here, but also I own another gym in Beaumont, California. And these decisions were not easy, and I understand that change can sometimes create frustration and disagreement, okay? And while there have been different opinions and reactions to these decisions, I understand that, and I believe that addressing matters with transparency is important, okay? I always did that, okay? And I did from my heart. And what matters most for me and to me is the well-being of our students and family, okay, our community. And leadership carries responsibility for the environment we create. I understand that. And my wife and I have always prioritized the safety and the well-being of every single student who walks through the door of this gym, okay? And I remain committed to listen, to improving, and to ensure that our academy continues to be a place where students, especially children and families, feel safe, protected, and respected, okay? We are professionals here, and we always being super professional with everything. And at Atos, we continue to strengthen our supervision, instruction, training, and transparency within the academy moving forward. And you guys will know more about that. Every change and everything we're doing here will be shared with the entire community. So leadership requires accountability, humility, genuine care for people, okay? And I'm choosing not to attack right now anyone, okay, or argue online or creating more division inside the community. I trust that the truth will come forward through the proper time and through the proper process, okay? Moving forward, we are strengthening our school and programs in every single aspect, okay? We still have great families here. We still have people inside the gym. We still have our business running, okay? And in the meantime, I will continue doing what I have always done, teaching, serving, and caring for students alongside my wife, my family, and our team, okay? Our mission stayed the same, okay? Our mission remains the same. Innovating Jiu Jitsu and transforming lives, okay? We have this motto for the past 7-8 years, okay? And definitely a lot of lives being transformed and changed inside this facility here.
A lot of lives been changed. A lot of lives been changed.
I ask you for prayers, okay? Pray for our students, pray for wisdom, you can pray for peace and for everyone involved, okay? And that's it. God bless you all, and see you on the mats tonight or anytime you come here to visit me, okay? All right, God.
So yeah, I guess LO Snap got deleted. Well, hey. So I don't know. I think I feel like Andre shouldn't have come back so quickly. You know, let the case kind of handle itself. I'd prefer if he had separated himself like he said he was going to do. Sarah said he should have laid low for 6 months. The issue with that, Sarah, is I think, you know, they're probably bleeding a lot. They lost a lot of students. You saw them kids classes. He probably had to come back to save ship, you know. Again, Sarah Galvao, not you, Sarah, but Sarah Galvao, she's a kid. How's she gonna run that program? She can't. So I think he had to come back to kind of save everything. I do wish, see, Andre, you made me do this video on you. I do wish he had stayed low key, went to Brazil for a little bit. Yeah, seminar tour. You know, he could have gone to. Well, he can't. Maybe he was planning to go to Dubai or somewhere. He can't do that now. It's a little dangerous over there. LO Snap is saying some stuff too. He said they're not gonna tell you anything. In Brazil, it might work like that in Brazil. You know, you could pay the authorities a visit, leave a little envelope over there, little envelope. Hey, my friend, take this envelope, man. Okay, we okay, man? Okay. So we don't know. They might. Now, the worst thing that could happen to Andre, they pull him out of there. Police go over there, pull him out during kids class. If they pull him out during kids class, Andre, you need to watch out, Andre. It does make me sad. I do wish he had laid low. It is a messed up situation, but you know, hey man, listen, these people got money. I don't feel too bad for people that got money. And now, if he was a broke Brazilian guy, you know, maybe I would have a 2% of, you know, some not belief in him, but 2% of, you know, what's that feeling where you feel sorry? Yeah, I would feel sorry for him for 2%. Now, he got money. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for none of these rich people. Does he own the property? I'm not sure if he owns that school. He could move some money around, but if he still pays rent, he's bleeding a lot. You know, that's Southern California, so I believe he is renting that building. So yeah, money is definitely, you know, bleeding out of the system, getting out of the system. And a lot of this seems to be tied to financial decisions that they made. I don't know, man. You know, sometimes these people, they make so much money and they want more money. I'm not going to call it greed, but I can't not call it greed. So where are all the bots at? Come back over here, bots. I miss you guys. We do have another video. I believe it's in Portuguese. We'll listen a little bit. We don't understand Portuguese. Some of my Spanish people do speak, or at least some of my Spanish people do understand some Portuguese. I understand a little bit too, but not enough to really speak on anything. But we'll see what he's saying in Portuguese too.
Sejam bem, espero que vocês.
Man, these Americans are coming after me, man. I'm doing a translation. Can't they just leave me alone, man?
Esteja bem, a família esteja bem. Tá, eu tô aqui, eu fiz um vídeo ali fora em inglês. Vou estar fazendo esse vídeo agora aqui em português para vocês. Eu sei que demorou um tempo para eu poder estar aqui me comunicando com todos vocês, mas eu precisava desse tempo para poder respirar um pouco, para poder analisar tudo e olhar as coisas com mais clareza, tá? E também vocês poderem me escutar, tá? Espero que você fique aqui nesse vídeo até o final. Vai ser muito importante, não só para mim, para minha família, mas também para toda a comunidade do Jiu-Jitsu e para a comunidade aqui da Atos, tá? Então vamos lá. Como vocês sabem, por mais de 30 anos eu tenho me dedicado a minha vida, né? Tenho dedicado a minha vida ao Jiu-Jitsu, ensinar o Jiu-Jitsu, orientar alunos e também ajudar famílias dentro e fora do tatame, no mundo inteiro. Eu vim para os Estados Unidos com um propósito, né? Eu creio que esse propósito foi Deus colocou no meu coração e no coração de toda a minha família. A gente saiu do Brasil, do Rio de Janeiro, com um propósito em nossos corações, tá? E a gente não tem dúvida disso, tá? E esse propósito é servir as pessoas, ensinar e construir vidas, tá? Através do Jiu-Jitsu e através da palavra de Deus, que é Jesus. A gente tem esse propósito nos nossos corações. Minha esposa e eu sempre priorizou, né? A gente sempre priorizou a segurança e o cuidado de cada aluno e de cada família da nossa comunidade. E com isso tudo aqui, eu falando para vocês aqui, eu gostaria de estar dizendo para vocês que eu tô de volta nos tatames da Atos, tá? Tô dando todas as aulas aqui, das 6 da manhã até as 8 da noite. Eu tô aqui na academia, tá? Se alguém quiser vir falar comigo pessoalmente, pode vir falar comigo pessoalmente, sem problema nenhum, tá? Eu tô aqui todos os dias. Se tiver alguma pergunta, alguma dúvida, tô aqui, tá? Como vocês sabem, a Atos é a minha responsabilidade. Eu, como líder dessa academia e do time, eu entendo e sei que eu devo tomar essa responsabilidade seriamente, com seriedade, e eu tomo isso com seriedade, tá? Você sabe que algumas acusações estão rodando por aí no social media, quanto à minha pessoa e quanto a muitas coisas aqui dentro da academia, muita fofoca, muita coisa doida, tá? E eu quero dizer a todos vocês que eu tenho estado totalmente disposto a cooperar com todas as autoridades. Eu estou totalmente disposto a ajudá-los, tá? E também com toda a organização, as organizações de jiu-jitsu em relação a esse assunto, tá? Inclusive, eu até já entrei em contato com o departamento de polícia aqui de San Diego, tá? Eles não me contactaram, para vocês saberem. Eu fui até lá falar com eles. Eles ainda não falaram comigo. Fui até lá para saber o que está acontecendo, verificar e mostrar para eles que eu tô pronto para ajudar da melhor maneira no que for necessário, tá? É uma coisa assim sobre líder agora, sobre dono de academia, dono de business. Nos últimos meses, cerca de 2, 3 meses atrás, eu fiz algumas mudanças aqui, umas mudanças administrativas dentro da minha academia, tá? E essas mudanças, elas, na verdade, foram correções políticas que existiam há muitos anos dentro da academia já, tá? E algumas dessas alterações incluíam em alinhar a mensalidade com os valores padrão da academia, implementar uma estrutura de porcentagem para aula particular dada pelos instrutores, tá? Depois eu posso falar mais sobre isso. E também realizar algumas mudanças dentro da liderança da nossa equipe, tá? Eu fiz algumas mudanças dentro da liderança da nossa equipe. E como vocês sabem, eu sou dono dessa academia aqui em San Diego, na Califórnia, mas também eu tenho uma academia lá em Beaumont, na Califórnia, tá? Cerca de 1h30 daqui. Essas decisões não foram fáceis, tá? Eu entendo que mudanças às vezes podem gerar frustração, né? Ou até discordância, né? Embora tenha existido diferentes opiniões e reações, né, em relação a essas decisões, eu acredito que tratar as situações com transparência é importante. E eu fiz isso de coração, eu fiz isso com muito amor, tá? O que mais importa para mim, tá? É o bem-estar dos nossos alunos e das nossas famílias aqui, tá? Eu acho que o líder, a liderança, carrega uma responsabilidade pelo ambiente que cria. A minha esposa e eu sempre priorizamos a segurança e o bem-estar de cada aluno que entra dentro dessa porta aqui na academia, tá? Eu continuo comprometido em ouvir, eu continuo comprometido em melhorar e em garantir que nossa academia continue sendo um lugar onde o aluno, onde cada aluno, especialmente crianças e famílias, se sintam seguro, protegido e respeitado, tá? Na Atos a gente continua a fortalecer e a supervisionar tudo, o treinamento dos instrutores e a transparência dentro da academia daqui para frente, tá? Eu acho que a liderança exige responsabilidade, humildade e cuidado, tá? Eu acho que exige isso. E principalmente o cuidado genuíno com as pessoas. Algo que a gente sempre fez, a gente sempre foi muito profissional quanto a tudo isso. E eu escolho não atacar ninguém. Eu não vou discutir aqui na internet, eu não vou criar mais divisão ainda. Eu confio que a verdade virá à tona através do processo correto e no tempo certo, tá? Seguindo em frente, a gente está fortalecendo a nossa escola e os nossos programas em todos os aspectos. Em breve vocês vão estar vendo mais coisas que a gente está fazendo aqui, implementações. E enquanto isso, eu continuarei fazendo aquilo que sempre fiz, que é ensinar, servir, cuidar dos meus alunos, ao lado da minha esposa, da minha família e de toda a nossa equipe, tá? A nossa missão continua a mesma, tá? Que é inovando jiu-jitsu e transformando vidas. E a Atos tem inovado e tem transformado muitas vidas, tá? A gente tem se comprometido a isso há anos. Eu peço a vocês orações, eu peço orações pelos alunos, eu peço oração por sabedoria, por paz, até por todos que estão envolvidos, tá? É isso, gente. Deus abençoe a todos vocês. E a gente se vê em breve aí no tatame, quem sabe hoje à noite aqui na Atos Headquarters, tá? Valeu, um grande abraço. Fala, pessoal.
Alrighty. We got NCAA. So one of the kids I trained with, he helped me for ADCC. We got Caleb Campos. He wrestles for American. He's going to the NCAAs. Shout out to him. We're gonna look at Reddit in a little bit and see what's going on.
Dando aula.
We found a sister for LL Snap, Jiu Jitsu girl. See, Sarah, we got sisters on here too, Sarah.
Já comecei passando desodorante, arrumando o cabelo, porque Deus que me livre, o jiu-jitsu acaba com as minhas tranças. Pra quem pergunta, não tem segredo. É você passar um mousse, um creme, ainda mais se for com cacho, e desembaraçar. Quanto menos você demora a desembaraçar... Não, quanto mais você demora, pior. Passei um creme no rosto, porque é um esporte abençoado, você pode fazer isso, nem maquiagem pode. Tô lotada de espinha porque eu tô de TPM. E minha filha veio me dar bom dia, tadinha, minha criança. Nem paciência de baby hair eu faço mais. No máximo, pentei a sobrancelha e é isso. E aí que eu tava pronta já, porque eu tava no kimono, fazer minha mochila, porque é de lei. Eu odeio ir carregando o kimono com uma sacola, então faço mochilinha que não pesa. Aqui eu tava pronta. Antes de ir pro CT, passei na padaria, porque é regra, todo treino feminino tem um café da manhã perfeito pra gente. Peguei um Uber, na hora de descer eu quase levei o capacete embora, porque eu achei que fosse meu. Cheguei lá e ainda tava tendo treino de Muay Thai, então tive que esperar eles terminarem pra organizar o CT, para as meninas chegarem. Comecei arrumando a mesa, tava chegando já os mantimentos, porque foi um treino solidário. Conforme foram chegando as meninas, eu fui me organizar e me arrumar pra começar a dar aula. Ele tava colocando o kimono, de boa, organizei a galera, as meninas, e comecei o aquecimento. Aquecimento sempre de boa, que é minha perna, sabe? De boaça. E aí, depois do aquecimento, passei uma posição, uma raspagem, com uma lapela, seguindo pegada nas costas. Muito boa, fácil de usar. E não é uma posição mirabolante, que você esquece na hora do rola. Pra mim, feijão com arroz é sempre melhor, porque você inventar coisa, chega na hora não saber fazer. E aqui começou a dinâmica, que elas quase perdem a amizade. Os adultos quase se matam, as crianças quase se matam, mas é muito bom. E aí quem perde sempre paga, não tem jeito. Muito bom. Essa dinâmica aqui do cabo de guerra sempre tem. A gente sempre muda a dinâmica, mas essa sempre tem. Dá aquela rivalidade gostosa na mente. Só que me roubaram, gente, me roubaram. Vocês podem ver que a criança foi me zoar e eu não aguentei. Daí no finalzinho teve rola, a gente treinou de boa. Isso aqui é mãe e filha caindo na porrada. Acho isso muito legal. A Emily, que fala mais que treina. As crianças caindo na porrada, porque elas são porradeiro. E esse foi o treino. Teve o café da manhã, mas não deu tempo de tirar foto e nem gravar. Acompanhe comigo um dia dando aula.
Look at them girlies training. Makes me happy. We got Devontae over here, 250. LL Snap, everybody catching up to you, bro.
Devontae Johnson, 250. 250. That is your heavyweight matchup, Nora versus Johnson.
All right, guys, one more sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Vegas time, 8 p.m. Eastern time on UFC BJJ 6, where I fight Lucas Narat in the heavyweight division. We're going to get this up. Let's go.
Devontae Johnson, 250. That is your heavyweight matchup, Nora versus Johnson.
All right, guys, one more sleep.
UFC BJJ tonight. I don't know if I'll be watching. Hey, A-Rod, how you doing? The Princessa of Jiu Jitsu. Okay, don't hurt her. Don't hurt her. Okay, put her down. Oh, she got to cut a little bit of weight. You got the Performance Institute, girl. You don't need to cut weight in the tub like that. they got all the stuff for you. I'm a professional athlete. All right, she over there on the floor. She actually showers though and ain't got all that juice acne. Who, A-Rod? Have you not heard her voice? Or are you saying the other girl? That girl ain't got no kids. That's a young lady. This girl, well, both of them. UFC. We got Cole Abate. How much weight is this? It doesn't seem like that much weight. Tug of War helps train to run away from Andre. How much weight is this over here? I figure he would be stronger. Now, if I pull up a judo guy, I could pull up a judo guy, same weight class, he going to be lifting twice that much. The judo guys be lifting twice that much. Or twice as much. Let's see. We're just jumping around. It says Florida woman charged with attempted murder and shooting at Rihanna's Los Angeles home. He blind. He ain't seeing nobody tomorrow. We watched Ronda yesterday.
It's just not about putting on the best fights possible anymore. Dana isn't the owner, and he isn't calling the shots, and he isn't running things the way that he wants, because he's an employee of the company. It was a big mistake of theirs to not let him just run things the way that he always has. Oh, he knows the White House card sucks. Like, he knows that they were pushing this for over a year, and it fell extremely short of expectations. I mean, he was so upset about it. He was talking about a fight falling out the day before. It's I can guarantee you he's not happy with it either. It used to be that UFC was the best place that you could come in combat sports to make a living and be paid fairly, and now it's no longer. It's one of the worst places to go. It's why so many of their top athletes are leaving to go and find pay elsewhere. It's why their champions like Valentina are selling pictures of their titties on OnlyFans. These people are, a lot of them at the ground level, they can't support their families. They're living poverty level fighting full time. This company just got $7.7 billion. There's no reason that they can't afford to pay their athletes at least a living wage.
I'm happy I'm out of that. That's all what I can say.
Thank you. I just wanted to...
And find pay elsewhere.
And he walked out with a broken jaw. Anyway, this was not the greatest fight. But you know what it showed? Lots of courage. Come here, Jake. Say a few words. These are your people.
Yeah, what Mr. Trump has taught me is courage. We never back down from a fight, even if they're much bigger than you, much, much bigger than you. And I feel all the local Kentuckians feel the same way. You guys have that fight. You guys have that swag. There's a lot of young kids in here. The future of America. I grew up just a few hours away from here, and my dad taught me to fight. And all of our voices matter in America. And I'm never afraid to speak the truth, and I know you guys aren't. We are here representing the United States, and it's just a blessing. Thank you, Mr. Trump. We need more factories like this thriving all over the country, and I know he's going to be the one to bring that here to us. I know God is with us. I know he wants us on the right side of history.
And he walked out with a broken jaw.
And everyone here has to do their part, and God's got us. Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
No, he's a great guy. He's a courageous guy and a talented guy. He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way. And I just want to say, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not-too-distant future, running for political office. Okay? And you have my complete and total endorsement.
And Mitch and Gadia.
No, that's what we want. He's an incredible guy. A lot of courage and smarts.
And everyone here asks.
God is like, man, why you guys using my name in vain like this? God, like, I did not, what's the word I'm looking for? Approve you guys to be using my name like that. Throwing shade at Valentina, Ronda would get kicked in the head again trying to fight the bullet. Well, listen, Ronda got money. And as Muggsy said, if you broke, shut up. So Valentina over there on OnlyFans. It does make me sad, though. I wish, I do wish, all the UFC fighters were treated with respect and paid living wages and, not even living wages, good wages, and have parts of the company and stock in the company and, health insurance, life insurance, whatever medical they need. I wish they all had that. Now, most of these guys are going to get screwed over in the long run. So it hurts. It hurts. But I can't help anybody. We got Brasileiros. I kind of want to do this. If I go to Brasileiros, I need some backup. It's going to be June 27th and 28th. We're going to need some backup for that one. You got Atos over here. Look at they trying. Them classes been small. No wonder Andre had to jump back in. They ain't got nobody over there. God dang, them classes. That's why Andre had to jump back in there. We do have RAF. Which one? 7? It's going to be March 28th this month. It's going to have Arman versus Giorgio. I wonder how much they're getting paid. They're going to be the main event in Covington versus Dennis. I see my girl Kennedy Blades over there. I see Snyder. Snyder should be in trouble too. Dake over there. Who else? Hendrickson versus Hilliger. Bassett going to be over there. Sinclair. I can't, some of the other names I can't say. Downey versus Hidley. Sal Kazanov versus Nolf. Okay. Might be interesting. We talk about OnlyFans a lot over here.
I'm not sure if this statistic is correct. You can tell me if this is correct or not, right? But apparently 20% of all American white girls in their 20s are on OnlyFans, something like that, right? I'm not sure if you've heard this, but just the idea that you have a percentage of American white girls in their 20s all on OnlyFans, that's just incredible to think about, okay? And like the people joke that that's what America wants to do. America wants to liberate Iranian women so that they can go on OnlyFans and enjoy American corruption and decadence, all right?
So the statistic says on Google that for women aged 18 to 24, roughly 14% are active on OnlyFans. So that's 18 to 24, right? Imagine it's probably 20% or maybe 30% if you go up to 35, 40 years old. And the percentage of these women that are white is about 70%. So, and that's
crazy.
The narrative you're hearing from the Trump people. They're saying, oh, look, the libtards are getting owned. And they're posting images of Iranian girls stripping free of their niqab, their oppressive niqab, and now they're naked, which is so ridiculous because it's the conservative right saying the libtards are mad that women are on OnlyFans.
Yeah. So again, OnlyFans I think is the best indicator of a society in decline, right? So the Roman Empire, when it declined, the main problem was that women refused to have children, and so everyone was freaking out, like, what can we do about it? I'm not sure if this statistic is correct. I
don't know if I believe that, but interesting to hear. What was this one? I don't want to play that one. We got Mr. Jiao Miao getting ready for UFC.
135.
Gotta make his weight cut. Pat Downey, way too big. Wait a second. What is 166 is 145, right? 66 kg is 45 pounds. Wait a second, bro. Let me see, kg. He gotta lose 10 pounds? Can you guys see that? That man crazy. 10 pounds? That's not healthy.
One 135.
61 is 135? Yeah, 61. So 5 kgs. Yeah, 10 pounds. Okay.
Houston. White people's Atlanta.
No, Houston is
ratchet,
Houston is the devil's playground.
Houston's ratchet.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
That's Code Shannon to get $50
What'd he say about Houston?
after you play your first $5 lineup.
What'd he say about
Prize
Houston?
Picks. It's good to be right.
What'd he say about Houston?
Houston. White people's Atlanta.
No, Houston is
ratchet,
Houston
man.
is the devil's playground.
Houston's ratchet.
Yeah,
man.
What'd he
bro,
say? He says ratchet.
That's Code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after
Sarah
you
said
play
it
your
was
first $5
the Roaches
lineup.
playground.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Sarah, why you say they got roaches
Houston.
over there, Sarah?
White people's Atlanta.
No, Houston
ratchet,
Houston
man.
is the devil's playground.
Houston's ratchet.
Yeah,
man.
bro. That's Code Shannon to get $50.
Sarah, why'd you? Sarah. We had this cool move. This flying squirrel buzzer beater. Houston. That was nice. It almost never works, but it worked this time. That was amazing. Like, now if you can't do that, don't go out there and try that. We got this guy in Houston too. I hate this guy.
This nigga crazy.
I hate this guy. I hate this man. Too loose.
Sharpboard!
He too loose. And his mouth opened up too wide. His mouth opened up too wide. He's too big to be dancing like that. Too big.
Hey, yo, this nigga crazy.
He gonna choke on that food. He gonna choke on that food. He over here dancing with the food. You're not supposed to dance with all that food in your mouth.
Hey, this nigga crazy.
These white people like, look at this gorilla. These white people like, look at this gorilla over here. He's over here dancing and shucking and jiving. That's how people be filming gorillas in the zoo. Look at that lady right there. They filming them like you're an animal. Look at her. I never seen a gorilla dance like this. Man, you set us back 200 years just by doing that. Take this man out. I'm tired of this man. I'm tired of that man. I'm tired of that man over there, man.
Sharpboard!
I'll take Andre Galvao over that, though. I'll take Andre Galvao. That's how bad it is. I'll take Andre Galvao. What's up? I'll take Andre Galvao over that guy any day. That man, he's too big to be dancing like that. He need to do something.
That is your women's bantamweight matchup, Rocha versus Rodriguez.
You know, we talked about studs over here a little bit. They got Asian studs too. Listen, studs don't have a demographic over here. You got Asian studs too.
I'll get you hot. I know.
We got Asian studs over here too. Where's that little snap at? He's our stud expert. She washing the feet? That's too much. That's too much right there. Bodega. You guys know Bodega. We got the Kevon trials coming up.
Guys, I just want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Kevon. If you know, he is sponsoring one person for the first month of my gym, Modern Art Jiu Jitsu. Right now, I'm rocking all Bodega gear. I'm teaching at UT right now, but our gym opens April 13th. If you want to be that one person, we're thinking about running an 8-person white belt bracket. So if you have no prior experience and want to hop in an 8-person tournament, the winner of that tournament will receive the free month is what we're thinking for right now. So if you're interested, apply or just DM me at Young Jimi Hendrix on Instagram or Modern Art Jiu-Jitsu, and we'll see if we can get some people together.
Somebody will get hurt.
Hey, thanks, Kevon. And this is why people love Kevon, is because he always is supporting his friends. This is why he's doing so well. This is why everyone loves him, because he really goes so far out of his way for his homies, and You know, he wants everyone to win. He wants everyone to succeed. I have so many good things to say about him. If you are in the North New Jersey area, you have to check out Bodega. Literally one of my favorite places in the entire world, and one of my best friends in the entire world. So thank you so much, Kevon. Love you, bro.
You know how many gyms are in New Jersey? There's a lot of them. We got Ari Lennox, and then we're gonna jump over to YouTube, I think.
Twin Flame.
Yeah.
You 8 down.
Oh, thanks.
Love it. But have you met your match yet?
Oh, never has it ever happened. I feel like I get close, but the more I sit with myself, the more I realize I think I have a thing for toxic energy. So I think there's still some more healing that I need to do, because when I look back on all of these energies, it's a shame I gave them so much time, and there were sweet energies that I didn't.
Yeah.
And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me if I recognized the security in those individuals at the time. And like now I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that now. I'm aware that there's something going on. There's something wrong.
What do you think it is that attracts you to like toxic energy?
I think they just seem really exciting at first. The chemistry is incredible.
The chemistry is incredible. Yeah. LL Snap, where's Mr. Toxic? Mr. Ran Through that.
And they don't even always be fine. It's not even that like they're sexy or something. I mean, well, they're sexy, but they don't be the finest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's just an energy. Sometimes it's convenience, what we talk about. A lot of the sweeter energies that I felt like weren't for me. I felt I could see myself falling asleep a little bit on the phone. So I don't know if that's like, if boring is good or not. Like, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Like,
it's the thrill.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of
toxicity.
What's
absolutely.
your sign?
Aries.
Oh, yeah. Fire
What's
sign.
yours?
I'm a Leo.
Oh,
we the same person.
Oh, my God.
I can't help these. Did you hear all that, LL Snap? Let me play that again for LL Snap. He need to listen to this. He need to listen to this. Listen to what they're saying.
Flame.
Yeah.
You 8 down.
Oh, thanks.
Love it. But have you met your match yet?
Oh, never has it ever happened. I feel like I get close, but the more I sit with myself, the more I realize I think I have a thing for toxic energy. So I think there's still some more healing that I need to do, because when I look back on all of these energies, it's a shame I gave them so much time, and there were sweet energies that I didn't.
Yeah.
And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me if I recognized the security in those individuals at the time. And like now I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that now. I'm aware that there's something going on. There's something wrong.
What do you think it is that attracts you to like toxic energy?
I think they just seem really exciting at first. The chemistry is incredible. They don't even always be fine. It's not even that like they're sexy or something. I mean, well, they're sexy, but they don't be the finest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's just an energy. Sometimes it's convenience, what we talk about. A lot of the sweeter energies that I felt like weren't for me. I felt I could see myself falling asleep a little bit on the phone. So I don't know if that's like, if boring is good or not. Like, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Like,
it's the thrill.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of it.
Yeah.
What's
absolutely.
your sign?
Aries.
Oh, yeah. Fire
What's
sign.
yours?
I'm a Leo.
Oh,
we the same person.
Oh, my God. And they don't even.
Yeah, they where LL Snap at? Okay, we got a little bit of YouTube. We've been talking about the Galvao, so let's watch Sarah Galvao. For the into close guard. It's so loud. You mean to tell me Sarah Galvao couldn't run Atos by herself? A 19-year-old girl couldn't run the whole program by herself, the whole school? I wonder how many students they lost through all their own shenanigans, basically. Okay, a little bit of lasso. Okay, deep lasso. Okay, takes it out. De La Hiva. Okay. Okay, collar sleeve. What you going for, Sarah? Maybe inverting from here? Okay, off balance. You gonna come up for a sweep? What you gonna do? Pull a Jasmine Hosha? She's looking for both legs, so she's probably gonna try to come up. Okay, she got a single leg grip. Okay, back take. Okay, nope, sweep. Nice smash pass, 2 points. Move the hair out the way. Okay, look at her. You guys think Galvao's going to be at You think Galvao's going to be at pants? Looking for the pass here. Let's see. Alrighty, that leg's about to get out of there soon. Kimura. And she got the pass 3, so 5-0. Once he's banned, I guess he will be there. So much for repercussions, yeah. I'm jaded. I can't say nothing else about the sport. I got no more faith in this sport. Oh, nice little pass there. Okay, outside pass, duck under. No, what you gonna do? Leg weave. Okay, back step, back to the folding pass, smashing. Okay, crushing that girl. Okay. Why you about to break that girl's neck though, Sarah? You can pass pretty easily. Yeah, just bring your knee down, okay? Windshield wipe, okay. What you gonna do? Just pass to the side. You going back? Okay. I might tap out soon, guys. I'm tired. I don't know if I can get through too much. Okay, jumping them out. All right, gotta get past that knee. Okay, 4. All right, move the hair out the way. You gonna go for collar choke? What you gonna go for, Sarah? See you guys. All right, bro. Enjoy yourself. Get some rest. Nice collar choke here. There we go. She's choking on her chin, but who cares anymore? It's Atos technique. Bonnet gang, hold it down. All right. That was a good match.
The partition.
Actually, there's a lot of stuff we're supposed to go over. Let's see what he's got to say about the history of Jiu Jitsu, origin of BJJ, with Mr. Robert Drysdale.
From judo begins with Carlos Gracie's ambition to create a space for himself and his family outside of judo. They don't want to submit to judo hierarchy. It's the Master Miyagi and Daniel-san Karate Kid story. It's such a familiar story to the public. The story of Carlos Gracie and Maeda is the story of Karate Kid. It's the same story. Their interpretation of jiu-jitsu was something that was for combat, not for competition. And I think that's their beef with judo. As judo becomes more sport-oriented, they want nothing to do with it. The same people who insist that Maeda was Carlos's teacher are also saying that what they were practicing was not Kodokan Judo. Well, you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Because if Maeda was indeed Carlos's teacher and passed on that secret knowledge, he was teaching Kodokan Judo.
Did Carlos Gracie ever actually train under Mitsuyo Maeda?
It's hard. Here's the problem. There's a very strong possibility.
We're gonna jump through this because I don't have copyrights for this. Let me see. We still don't have proof that Carlos Gracie trained with Mitsuyo Maeda, so I believe he might have trained with some students of Mitsuyo Maeda, Count Maeda. But as far as I know, they might have learned ecologically. They learned ecologically. They were the first ecological Not only did they create leverage, they created ecological. See, you heard it from here first.
You imagine you got to understand that judo has also been changing. Jiu Jitsu has never been clearly defined until recently, in my opinion. You know, so these things are changing terms. So let's not get lost in words. That's probably the biggest challenge here, is not to get confused with the language.
Right. Yeah, we're going to get into the language in a minute, but I want to start off with
I ain't doing that, Sarah. I'm sorry.
The beginning of the narrative that is told to Jiu-Jitsu practitioners with Carlos Gracie training under Mitsuyo Maeda. So, did Carlos Gracie ever actually train under Mitsuyo Maeda?
It's hard. Here's the problem. There's a very strong possibility that yes, but there's no evidence. And this is where people get really upset, because people think that there's a high possibility, then that's evidence. That's not evidence.
Right.
You wouldn't use that in the court of law. Oh, he probably killed the guy, we're going to send him life in prison. Like, no. You need a smoking gun here. And that's not a political stance. A lot of people don't understand this. They think it's a political stance where I'm trying to attack or discredit someone.
Right.
Clearly, that's not the case, because I am putting Carlos Gracie as the inception point for the beginning of what we now call the partition from judo begins with Carlos Gracie's ambition to create a space for himself and his family outside of judo. They don't want to submit to judo hierarchy. That is the beginning of the story. So I insist on this. So I'm actually putting Carlos as at the top of the story, not even Maeda. I don't think Maeda is that relevant of a character. A lot of people disagree with me, but what did the guy actually do? Other than kick-starting the ball and just...
Did you just say, what did Maeda just do? The guy that brought judo, jiu-jitsu to Brazil, what did he do? You don't think he's relevant? That doesn't seem right to me. There would be no Gracies if there wasn't a Mitsuyo Maeda that was settling in Japan with the other Japanese. Let me rewind that. Maybe I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Let me rewind that.
Submit to judo hierarchy. That is the beginning of the story. So I insist on this. So I'm actually putting Carlos as at the top of the story, not even Maeda. I don't think Maeda is that relevant of a character. A lot of people disagree with me, but what did the guy actually do? Other than kick-starting the ball and just watching the game take place afterwards. So imagine you're in a game, you kick-start the ball, and then you sit on the bench for the rest of the World Cup. The team goes on to win the World Cup. It's like, oh, we won because of Maeda. The guy did nothing. But he had 5 students there. One of those 5 students became Carlos's teacher. But the reason, the evidence
is, so Robert Drysdale, you're a historian, but you're going to say Maeda didn't do anything? I don't know if he's a good historian. See, this is why I can't get behind most of these people. Because I know a little bit of the history, but from what I remember, Jigoro Kano created judo, okay? His students, Mitsuyo Maeda was one of his students. They were tasked with showcasing judo and, going out there and showing it to the world. They went to America. They went through South America. I don't know if they went to Europe, but they were promoting judo, disseminating that knowledge. And he's going to say that he didn't really do anything? Hey, that's him, man. I don't know. I don't know about that.
does not suggest that Carlos was directly under Maeda. He was directly under a man called Jacinto Ferro, who was a student of Maeda, one of these 5 students. Now, if Carlos also took classes from Maeda, that's a different story, possibly. But possibility is not evidence, right? Like, that's speculation. So, as a historian, I try not to speculate. We all do. We all make that mistake. You try not to. It is a mistake.
How do you become a historian?
Not that I have never done that, right?
I don't know about this, man.
I think that's the mistake, is to think that because it possibly did happen, it did happen. I see no good reason why Jacinto Ferro should be left out of the story, simply because he's Brazilian. And it's ironic that so many Brazilians who, like, they have like a patriotic tone to their argument, like we must defend Brazil's legacy, are the same people discrediting a man simply because he was Brazilian. You know, and in Brazil they call it the stray dog complex. Like, we couldn't have done anything great. It must have been a Japanese. It must have been an American. It must have been someone else. And, you know, I don't see a problem with Carlos Gracie's teacher being a Brazilian. It doesn't change the story. It doesn't discredit him. It's just that it's a different, I mean, there's no reason why to discredit the guy who actually taught him simply because he's Brazilian or he's not famous. But that's the gist of it. But yeah, there's a possibility they did train, but the evidence, as in right now, is lacking. They were in the same places, so they probably did meet at some point. The question is, how much training did he actually do with Maeda, if any, when we know for a fact that he was a student of Jacinto Ferro.
Right. So I want to expand a little bit on that and why you think that there's such resistance to the idea that Carlos Gracie's jiu-jitsu was more than likely impacted by a lot of different instructors and his own experimentation, as well as why you think that...
We're going to skip around a little bit.
Or like, should they allow omoplatas and footlocks?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, well, he said as a historian. Well, what are the qualifications for a historian? As far as I know, you need a PhD. Do you need a PhD to be a historian? I know he ain't got no PhD. Does he have a PhD? Can somebody confirm that?
There's debate, like if me and you were to create a martial art, we're going to probably disagree on some things, and we're going to go back and forth like what this martial art should look like, what is the purpose, and how do we achieve that purpose efficiently. So judo is going to undergo transformation. So this is happening at the same time where there are repeated waves of Japanese immigration to the West, Europe, United States, Brazil, Pacific Islands. So like what happens is these guys are coming over with different interpretations of what is happening in Japan. Now the first waves are calling it jiu-jitsu. That's the beginning of the problem. Because jiu-jitsu is the eclectic term. A lot of people don't understand this. The word jiu-jitsu today means something more specific. Right. Thanks to 93 events, right, Royce Gracie and later IBJJF in 94. It's a clearer definition of the word. Early in the 20th century, it meant you might as well just say martial art. It would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't something, they use the term jiu-jitsu the way we use the term martial art. It's a very eclectic, very a loose sort of term, right? So it involves striking, it involves takedowns, it involves ground grappling, it involves self-defense, it involves weapons, it involves anything combat related. New waves of Japanese immigrants begin to use the more modern term, which is judo. So the younger generations of Japanese coming over to the West are using judo. Some of the old generations continue to use the term jiu-jitsu. You see the problem?
Right. Yes.
So but the public in general is either confused or they understand that they're basically the same thing. So the terms, the younger generations are using new terms, older generations are sticking to the jiu-jitsu term. They use it the same way. We get confused. I mean, we don't get confused because we understand this, but think about that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all these schools calling themselves jiu-jitsu. I give many examples in the book. The evidence for this is overwhelming.
We're just going to jump around a little bit.
You can probably find hundreds of published books called, learn jiu-jitsu or jiu-jitsu, and they're essentially teaching self-defense with weapons,
I'm going to look at his
strikes,
LinkedIn.
A little bit of ground, but it was a very eclectic approach to combat. After the Olympics, after the end of the war, judo becomes more specific. It becomes more what judo is today, which is a competitive sport aimed, primarily focused on takedowns.
Right. So I want to get into a little bit more the history of the Kodokan
We've been doing
and how
research
it
over here.
shifted judo, because obviously the judo that was practiced shifted towards more of a standing orientation,
Yes.
and that left room for something like jiu-jitsu to grow.
Correct. There's a quote from Pedro. By the way, really quick, I just want to, many of the conclusions that were in this book, a lot of the
Once you're looking at my info.
But it's much of the heavy lifting in terms of research was his.
Let's look at his LinkedIn real fast. Okay, it says education, 3rd degree black belt. Okay, I don't see Mr. Robert Drysdale. I'm not saying you can't be an historian. Or is collector of information, is that a better term? I don't see any research experience here. Not saying that you need. Do you need to have a PhD to be a historian? What are the qualifications? I don't see any college or anything over here. Not saying you got to go to college to understand this stuff, but I want some qualifications over here. Come on, man. Did he go to college? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. He honestly ain't even for me. I'm not saying you need some school. I want my historian to have a little bit of schooling though. Can we all agree to that? To become a historian, you typically need a master's degree in history or a related field. Is he going to say he has a PhD in jiu-jitsu? A PhD is usually required for university teaching and advanced research positions, while entry-level roles may accept a bachelor's degree. Drysdale, do you have any of those? I'm not saying you need that, but
New Year,
we kind of like you to have something. Is there anything else? Let me jump around a little bit. Okay, one more little part. We'll see what he's got to say.
They're not they're not in a state of being finished. This is why I don't like the word born and created, even though we end up using invention, because it ignores the flow of a martial art that is constantly in transition. We're seeing this right now. I think
he has a PhD.
The IBJJF model essentially
he got a master's
in no-gi.
and
There are
PhD.
people, I have students that only do no-gi, and I have students that only do gi.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. It's always the way it's been. So careful with the labels is my point.
Right.
Yeah.
This video is brought to you by Perfect Sports, the #1 supplements for martial artists.
I think what's happening, you need people trained in going through historical documents and how to properly research. So because we get guys, I'm gonna throw Robert Drysdale under the bus. I don't know what his qualifications are outside of being a jiu-jitsu black belt, ADCC champion. That doesn't mean he's smart enough to figure out what's going on with the the historical records and stuff like that. So I'm just questioning. I'm questioning. Is he right? And what got me off was when he talked about Jigoro, not Kano, but he talked about Mitsuyo Maeda. That's what set me off. So I don't know, man. You know what? You guys got to question people, question what they say, and really just think about it. Use your brains. I know jiu-jitsu people don't like to think. I know it's hard, but use your brain sometimes and go, I don't know. If you don't know something, say, hey, I don't know. We got a little bit of Chael Sonnen. Let's see what we got to say.
My biggest New Year's goal was better sleep.
Bro, I can't wait to sell out. I'm going to be selling this crap too.
% by using the code Chael. And when they ask where you heard about them, support the show. Contract. And I have to bring this up. There's a little bit of Jones does not have a worth. John Jones has a contract. And I have to bring this up. There's a little bit of an old guard. And I'm attempting just to explain this to you because there appears to be a narrative by our own community that there is like an impropriety going on. And there is an old guard. Okay? Now, I want to disclose something right to you up front. This is a John Jones defense piece. I am on John Jones' side of this in that I understand John Jones because I would also represent the old guard. I would also understand how it was done in the Zuffa days where you started. And it's just a very different business now. I mean, we don't even use the term pay-per-view anymore. And by the way, guys, this whole numbered events thing, we're 63 days in. We don't quite have, right, we're trying to grasp this and we get it and we hear certain numbers and it's public and you look like, I'm just sharing with you, like we're just getting started, but I just want to talk mindset. Because John Jones is not wrong.
We're not going to listen to him too long.
But he's misunderstanding something. From Jump Street, okay?
He's saying John Jones is only worth whatever his current contract says. Chael Sonnen, some of these people I wish we could slap around. I mean, they could beat me up possibly. Some of these people need to be slapped though. They need to be slapped.
The UFC got very generous with money. They would have contracts with guys, and then certain fights would come up, and they would just understand, like, hey, this is being used in a main event. This is a big one that the crowd wants to see, or this is a hard or dangerous one, or hey, this is a short notice fight, and you're helping us out. And just by proxy of that, the UFC began a policy, which became a tradition, which became the way things were expected to be, was to then pay somebody above and outside of that contract. And that never needed to happen all the way back to pay-per-view points. Pay-per-view points became a standard of our industry for defending champions and huge draws, Brock Lesnar, by example. It became a standard of the industry, but think about what you're doing. You're giving away a piece of the business. With how to buy in, right? Like if you want to buy into a business, you've got to write a check. Every shareholder has to write a check. The UFC is going to give it to you as an incentive.
Don't fighters buy in with their sweat equity, their blood, their life? Why are you comparing a fighter to a shareholder? The fighter is actually they're the product. They're out there dying out there to make money for everybody. Dana White, shareholders, TKO, whoever owns whatever, Paramount. I don't know, man. I be listening. I know you guys don't think I listen, but I be listening to what people say. I'm questioning what they say. Let's continue.
But also as an attempt, like boxing was doing it, and the UFC was kind of really in line with keeping up with boxing and making sure that there was some parallels. And this generosity got away. It really did.
Generosity? That ain't generosity. How's you out there fighting, losing your brain cells? Generosity, Chael Sonnen. These guys got CTE, bro. I really wonder about these people, bro. They out of their mind. Is it me? He's saying the shareholders, UFC generosity. That's who created the value. You can't have the UFC without fighters. Now, if you take away the fighters, Dana White, he ain't got no product. He gonna be out there fighting? Now I'll pay money for that.
And now you've got top guys that have contracts, but they want to have a discussion. I just want to make sure you, the audience, understands this. Like, what you are worth is what your contract calls for. And nothing else. And then it comes down to, do you want to fight? Now there's a generosity around that.
They can't negotiate their contract?
Like, this has been the way that John has done business.
You can't negotiate?
And so he's not wrong to just think that that's going to continue. But I just want to share, like, there's not a debate. And some of John's numbers do get very strange. I was at the post-fight press conference after John fought Stipe, which I argue for you is the nastiest and most vicious John Jones we have ever seen. I do not know what got into him that night. But boy, you would not have wanted to be locked in that cage with him, at any rate. He goes to the post-fight press conference, and they're talking about him and Tom. And this is just a very obvious one. Like, it had already been announced. Hey, Tom's taking on the winner, and Tom's sitting in the front row, and Tom's the interim champion. It was a little weird that Tom wasn't in there with him, but hey, we're going to make this right. Whoever comes out of this, Stipe or John's going to face Tom. So John goes to the post-fight press conference, and he calls for $40 million. And where did he get that number?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you. There was a fight the night before. It was Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, and they released to the media, inaccurately as hell, but they released to the media that one of them was paid, I think it was Jake Paul, was paid $40 million. So this number was just in John's head. So he just throws the number out.
Chael Sonnen also said,
and I bring that to you because he's now revealing that when he wanted to fight on the White House card, he wanted $15 million. He wanted $15 million. But his reason for wanting that is because Conor Ben got $15 million. Like, okay, I see the human nature in this, but this is very strange.
Why not give him the money?
You have a contract. Now, in John's defense, okay, he has pay-per-view points within his contract that he expects. Per the contract, if he doesn't fight on pay-per-view, those points just don't exist. Now, this actually happened with a teammate of mine, Dan Henderson, who was
Aren't these the same predatory contracts that the UFC had to pay a $300 million or something? Remember that? Remember the predatory contracts? Listen, if you're defending a UFC contract, you're probably not on the right side of anything. I feel like I keep saying, am I crazy? Maybe I'm just crazy. I must be the crazy one. Because if you listen to people like Chael Sonnen, you're never going to negotiate. You can't do nothing. They want you to sign these slave contracts. You know these contracts are terrible. I don't know, man. Is it me?
It had been a while.
Bro. Maybe I'm the crazy one, man. Everybody else.
What's up, guys?
Everybody else is sane. We got Mr. Luke Griffith. He said his favorite way to isolate the arms from the back. So he got his new little private lesson kind of online class thing going on. Let's see what he got to show.
This is going to be my first actual technique YouTube video, so I'm super excited about that. I'm here with Sebastian Atos.
Why'd you wait so long to do it?
He's about to compete the next Who's Number One, so you guys make sure you be watching that. On the hook side, okay? Weak side versus strong side. There's pros and cons to both, but for arm trapping purposes specifically, right, this is where I want to be on the underhook side, all right? Again, you don't have to have body triangle for this. We can do this with two hooks.
Mic placement.
Okay, you can do this with
that mic placement is not safe. That mic placement on his chest is not safe right there.
Doesn't really matter, okay? The biggest problem that I see when people go in and they try to do this move is they just throw the hand and they try to trap the arm, okay? Now, this can work when you're going against someone who doesn't know what they're doing, but if you're trying to submit high-level people,
Luke
we need to
Griffith's
do
also
things
like 6'8",
in the correct way. Okay?
6'7", 6'8".
The first thing that we're looking to do is I want my training partner always thinking about more than one thing at a time. Okay, if he's just worried about me trapping his arm, it's easy for him to hand fight. Okay, if he's just worried about me trying to strangle him, easy for him to defend. But if I'm threatening a strangle and I'm also threatening an arm trap at the same time, this is where things start to go bad for him. Okay,
I hate when they call chokes a strangle.
Right, and that's where we start to pull away. Now,
I blame Dan.
Like I said, we're going to come up, right? Start to threaten the strangle.
Dan, look what you did.
When I see my training partner's hands come up to defend, right, we're going to hold on as tight as we can for as long as we can. And then when I feel my training partner starting to win that battle, I'm just going to take my hand and swim to the inside of my training partner's wrist, and we make a pass off to the bottom hand. Okay, so we have now a 1 versus 1 situation. Okay, previously it was 2 versus 1 because this hand's underneath.
I think I'm the crazy one. I don't know what the hell's going on
now
anymore.
Again, from here, we come up, and as I feel I'm starting to lose that battle, I take his hand further than he wanted to go down, and I get the grip that I really wanted all along, okay? Now we're in business. Again, I start threatening my training partner's neck. Right, this time he's got a choice to make. Because I have a cross grip, he knows he's in danger now of an arm trap. Okay, so he has to decide, does he defend the strangle or does he go to strip the grip? Okay, if he goes to strip the grip from here, start strangling our training partner straight away. So naturally, most people who know what they're doing are going to come up into good position where they can start defending the strangle. Okay, this is what we want. Now, from here, people do a good job getting to this position, right? But they start flailing the leg out here, and Sebastian can lift his elbow up high, and now everything's gone to hell. Okay, we can't even trap the arm from here. So instead of coming up high with the leg, I'm just going to slide my knee up above my training partner's elbow and stand on my own foot. Okay, so when he goes to raise his elbow from here, it's much harder to do so because my knee is wedging him in place.
I can't do any of this. My leg's too short.
Do you guys want a full system for this?
That's why I'm not focused. I can't do any of this.
That was just released, so make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. There's going to be loads more stuff just like this. Okay. Now, from here, when you guys go to trap the arm, okay, we're leading with the heel first. Okay. So I flick my heel right here over my training partner's forearm. Okay. When I get my heel over, we have two.
See, this is why ecological people be complaining about
like me,
learning techniques.
From here, you can maintain a grip on this wrist.
I don't know what the difference is.
From here, we thread the toes through, and I cross my feet while still maintaining this grip, so that when we finally let go, there's no way that he can find a way to get out. Okay, that's a great way, especially if you have long legs. Okay, I would recommend this control-based method if you can. However, sometimes you're just not long enough. Maybe the guy's a little bit thicker in the midsection, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to thread the toes through. Okay, we have to be a little bit quicker now, where as I release my training partner's wrist, immediately I'm crossing the legs over. Okay, we have a strong back heel. Additionally, I would always recommend locking your feet bottom over top. Okay, if I lock top over bottom, now you can pommel that hand back inside. So we want to reinforce.
Is this
feet,
one of the rooms
bottom
in his
over
house?
Top. When he goes to pommel that hand back inside, it's not going to happen.
They ain't got no
All right,
pictures.
now from here, we come in back, and we trap that other hand. Where before we saw a 1 versus 1 situation, now we have a 1 versus none situation.
I don't know. I've been to Europe a lot. I never heard strangle till Dana here.
To stop. Okay, now we can go ahead and start working.
I think it's just
on
a
actually
Danaher
getting
thing.
to the strangle. We're going to start behind our training partner's ear. We just wedge our arm or hand underneath our training partner, and we get in nice and tight. Now from here, because we're deep under the chin, a small retraction of our elbow gets a great finish on your training partner. Okay.
Who's
if
in
I
the background
feel
there?
that I'm not able to get under the chin and I need both arms to finish, right, we go over the top, and now we're going to build up. If I just pull my arm away from here to free my hand, Sebastian's shoulders go to the mat and we lose the position. Okay, so I need to be strategic about the way that I do this, okay? Not just pulling my arm out and relinquishing head position. So what I'm gonna do is, from here I build up to my elbow. I open the elbow up and now I pull myself up into good position. Yeah. Now from here we can pommel the hand out, but our head's still in good position, so when he goes to get his shoulders to the floor, it's not possible, and now we can punch in that second hand and we get a great strangle, okay, with the fully locked figure four. So this is my favorite way to go in and start attacking from the back, okay, trapping arms. It's a great way to go. Like I said before, if you guys are interested in this kind of content, there's so many more details that I'm gonna be sharing on the school page. Sebastian's got one too. Okay, he's one of the best school pages in the game right now. School page. We're working together to kind of help each other.
What is school page?
Pull those platforms up. So if you guys are interested, make sure you head on over there. And I'll see you guys next time.
Oh.
This is how you become unpinnable.
What's up, guys? This is gonna be my.
I don't know, man. Oh, what is school? I never heard of that. It's like Patreon? Oh, okay. Somebody paying that mortgage off. He got 11 members at a $150 a month. Okay, shout out to him, man. Okay. I think Isaac got one of these. Don't he got one of these? Oh, maybe he doesn't have. I thought he had one of these. Okay, he doesn't. Looks like a Patreon kind of thing. I don't know. It's too much. There's too much instruction out here, man. It was a good video. I always suggest, nobody listens to me. I always suggest you put out a lot of videos first before you. Well, he's already famous, so he can get the, you know, he can charge $150. Now, if you're not at his level, you need to put out some free content first before you start trying to make money off stuff like this. Let's watch Kendall.
Tom Halpin on the call for you.
We watched the submission, but we didn't see the whole match.
Annabelle Lopez-Beard challenging Kendall Rusling for the women's Polaris open weight title.
We saw the submission finish, but we didn't see the match. So
guys,
Kendall actually has good wrestling.
We talk about experience versus momentum. Of course, Rusling with a fair bit of time away from the competition scene.
I believe Annabelle won trials or something.
And Lopez-Beard coming off that trials win.
Oh, she did. Hey.
Well, big
now
Kendall,
these some big girls now. These some big girls. These ain't no small girls. These girls could put a whooping on Sarah. Sorry, Sarah. These girls put a whooping on Sarah. I'm sorry, Sarah. They would though.
She's looking very focused starting the match. Kendall
I think
was looking around.
Kendall got to be
just had
5.
Eyes locked on the whole
she
time.
got to be like 5'11". She might be 6 foot. I think that girl's 6 foot.
Yeah, I mean, Annabelle shot through the belts.
Look at those legs. Those are powerful legs.
Years, she went from blue to black.
Those some
and
legs.
Also was winning at all of those belts as well. It was a crazy rate of progress that she had. Yeah, originally born in Spain, but moved to London in 2016. Joined Fight Zone London.
Let's check Matt. Uh-oh. I hope she was safe from Jackson Souza. I hope she was safe from Jackson Souza over there. Fight Zone.
Fluidity and top pressure. She's used to exerting on her opponent. She'll be very comfortable in this position here.
You know, Kendall.
Watch that leg coming to the inside here.
Bit of a mean frame from the bottom from Annabelle. Kendall's just trying to make her use a lot of energy here, just leaving her weight on that top leg.
Yeah, she really is trying to pressure down, isn't she? I like that grip that she was using on the wrist as well and posting it out to the side. But now Annabelle biting into the leg.
See, that wouldn't happen if she had a bonnet on. Put the hair tie, make her tie her hair back up.
On to create some back exposure.
Heavy in this hip ride position.
I will say Europeans don't tend to be good at wrestling. Now they might have some judo.
Yeah, using like a little half Nelson,
right?
It looks like.
Just breaking the posture. Down, looks to get a hook in. Near side hooks in.
Uh-oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you trapping your arm like that?
A roll off the top here.
Why you don't trap your arm like that?
To the mat, ends up giving a mount.
Woo.
Kendall
you
has
need
a very
to
good
get out of there, girl.
position as well.
She cooked.
That
could be Sarah right there.
Just starting to flatten Annabelle out.
Yeah, I mean, she'll probably look to use that free leg, the instep of it, to pass over. Using the butterfly mount. There she goes. She's going to elevate those hips and then start sprawling out. Annabelle just clamping down on that ankle.
Well, if she had any nerves, having not competed for a while, coming into this one, I imagine she's feeling pretty comfortable right about now.
Straight back into her game already.
I think Kendall's been competing in like wrestling and competition since she was like a literal toddler, I think.
Yeah, I mean, her family has a network of gyms in California. You know, she got her black belt from her father, Tom Rusing.
Beautiful crossover to mount.
She's looking to set up an arm triangle here as well.
Yeah, she has like an arm lock that she does from this position as well. It's kind of like an Americana variation.
She's got a minute to work now in this full mount position.
Does it go the distance?
She looks to isolate an arm. Big bridges from Lopez Beard.
Yep, going into that the gift wrap position again.
Oh, just breaking the posture by pulling on the crown of the head.
Arm underneath the elbow. Yep, arm underneath the elbow, straight all the way up to her head. Yep, all the way up to her head. 35 seconds.
Nice way to get up to that high mount position.
Right, a little bit of a good lever on the arm. She's got behind that tricep now. Only 25 seconds to work.
Yeah, she doesn't have long. I mean, she may, it almost might be a thing where she should throw up like a Hail Mary submission, something like an arm bar, because she's won the round. If she can get under the hips, she's not going to lose anything by doing it, right?
Yeah. She is looking to try and isolate an arm, but you hear the taps out. There we go. Can she get it straight?
Oh my goodness. And she taps out.
Oh. I was distracted.
She is looking to try and isolate an arm, but you hear the taps out. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Can she get it straight?
Oh my goodness. And she taps out.
She gets the submission in the dying seconds. Kendall Rusing returns to competition with a submission victory to retain the women's open weight belt. That was as close as you could get to the end of the round.
It's snowing up in Jersey? Danny Chopper, you got snow over there? Danny Chopper, you got snow over there? Danny Chopper, you got snow up there? Homie said it's snowing. It's snowing, Danny Chopper? You don't see no snow? My Jersey folks said it's snowing. Go check outside, Danny Chopper. Danny Chopper go outside. He's like, oh, it is snowing, Alec. We got Mr. John Thomas. You guys know he the homie, so let's see what he got to say.
Really powerful new passing system I'm using that has unlocked so many.
We just watched a
new
little bit of
passing
John.
variations in my game.
I love
in
John.
addition, it's really unorthodox.
We only watched a little
and this
bit.
makes it much more unlikely.
He
that
says
your opponent
this guard
will have
passing system
pre-planned
is so
defenses
underrated.
And responses to defend against it, which makes it so easy to catch them off guard. One of the most talked about passing positions in Jiu-Jitsu is the HQ position. There's a few different variations of the HQ position. The classic, where you control the lapel with the De La Hiva side arm, and your other leg controls the trapped leg.
That's John saying
this
HQ
can make
in
it
the
easy
headquarters.
to set up knee cuts and folding passes, but can be a bit vulnerable to your opponent defending using a lasso leg. Another is the classic Leandro Lowe model, where you control both legs. And this can be really powerful for setting up knee cut passes, but can be a little bit more unstable and hard to balance in because your hands are in difficult positions for finding counterbalance. And another one I love is the reverse HQ position, which I've covered.
Remember
and
when
talked about
Kynan
before
had
on this
hair?
channel. But today I'm going to discuss
It didn't
the
last very
insane
long.
benefits of the cross
Kinda
collar
went
grip,
more snow. I
which
could
at
run the
first
whole way.
seems like it wouldn't be that different. but
No,
it
bro,
actually
why?
has a ton of benefits.
You better-
Stopping barambolos,
Everybody else like, I
deep
want
lace De La Hivas.
some good weather.
It makes you more
Danny
stable
Chopper said
in
he wants
general,
snow.
and it can be used to transition into knee cuts, trapping the leg, and even diving back takes. In addition, I'll also talk about how well this collar grip can be used to help fight and pass in the X guard position. After that, I'm going to include a lot of sparring and competition footage to back up the technique so you can see it used in action and study for yourself.
So we'll start off, first situation looking at is in De La Riva guard. So a lot of times people here, they look at...
We're not going to watch the rest of this. Go check him out, John. You know, John's killing it over there. Dun, 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 dun. You know, John, the homie, man. Is there anything else I want to see? Let's watch this kid. They've been calling him the ALJ killer. He been taking out all the ALJ guys. Danny Chopper says, I do miss the past few days. I walk pretty much every day. Danny Chopper, the only person up there saying he wants snow. So, guard pull. Like, what class is this? Middle? Lightweight, okay. So he got the guard pull. That might be what makes the match happen. A little dangerous position here, but he's flexible. He can get his legs back in, get his knees in, okay. Guard retention's on fleek. Alright. ALJ guy trying to pressure in with the stack pass. So Tarcisio, he's with Marcio Andre. Nice little stack pass here. Alright. Okay, homie's able to get out of there. I don't know how he did that. Okay. Who are the girls in the background? Who are those ladies? Who's that sister over there with the pigtails? Who is that over there? Sorry, I got distracted. Some collar sleeve. Okay, it's kind of a slow game. This might not be AOD A squad right here. This might be the B squad or C squad. I do believe we got some Andre Galvao comments we're going to read on Reddit. That might be it for me. Let me see that sweep again. I missed that. Kind of a double sleeve sweep. Okay. Nice backstep attempt here. Nice. AOJ guy is kind of... Is it me or is AOJ seeming more human? The team is seeming more human than ever. I guess as any team gets bigger, you know, you can't have a full squad of killers. Maybe looking for 50-50 here. Tarciso is doing a good job of just sitting back instead of giving up his back and just rather sit, give up the sweep, or maybe fight back into a better position. Nice, able to fight back up. Kind of avoiding the back take from the AOJ guy. Low base here. Look for the pank grips. Might do a long step or knee cut, something. What's he going to do? A little Toriando. Hey. Hey, outside passing. Isn't that AOJ style? Hey, he pulled AOJ on you. Vai pegar. Vai pegar. Nice, pressure's in. All right. Look, reverse close guard. Yo, we know how to open up reverse close guard. Shout out to Grippo. He showed us how to get out of that reverse close guard. It can get a little messy down there. You're going to have to get your fingers in some places. You don't want your fingers going. But you can get out of that reverse close guard now. You got to go in. You got to go down under. Okay, AOJ guy. Maybe AOJ guy's just off that day. Okay, Okay, you got a leg weave grip. They sometimes call that the crazy dog pass. Looking for omoplata attempt here. You can't break these people's grips, though. Whatever these kids are on, you can't break their grip. I don't care how much grip strength training you do, you can't break these people's grips. These AOJ guys, they have to get to the legs, you know, for 50-50 and waiter sweep. He's looking for maybe a knee bar. I don't know. Okay, he's able to strip the leg out, but no sweep. That might be is that an illegal position? No? I guess it's okay. I can't tell. I thought he was reaping for a second. So it is 50-50. I think I fought that guy, the referee, before. Look at the referee calling it in. Look at the referee calling it in. Is that illegal? Nah, it should be okay. I couldn't see. He had a crab right hook in. He's literally pulled the crab right hook out. How do you do this? He pulled the crab right hook out of there. Look, he just literally pulled the leg out of there. He did a back step, but look, he pulling that leg straight out of there. How are people doing that? Other kid's looking for the 50-50 knee bar, something. I don't know what the hell he's doing. The other kid's just kind of hanging on there. Okay, a little knee bar attempt there. He's holding on. Pulls it to 50-50. All right, he's stuck. Now he's stuck in that leg drag now. He should have let go of that. That's the worst position. You gotta hold that. You gotta stay stuck there for 5 minutes. Squeezing, pushing and squeezing. You'd be tired at the end of that. You ain't gonna get that. Got like a lateral knee bar kind of thing. You ain't gonna get that. After this, we're going to look at Galvao comments, and then that should be it for me. 50-50, backside position, maybe try to sweep, kicking the back leg out. We're trying to sweep. This is basically an AOJ kind of, this is kind of a Batista move right here. Okay, crab ride. But look, this kid can pull the crab ride hooks. He can just pull the crab ride hooks out. Now, I know I can't do that with my grips. He just hold that leg there. He able to twist out, defend his back. He's on the arm a little bit, but I think it might be over. Arm drag. They're yelling at him. AOJ yelling at him. AOJ yelling at him. When your homie's yelling at you like that, you down. You down on points or advantages. Dang. You know when you lose at AOJ, that's it. No more attention for you. When you lose at AOJ, that's it. No more attention going your way. All right, let's see what they were saying about Andre Galvao on Reddit. And I think that'll be it. I'm struggling, man. We do have Sajara Eubanks. She did say, what did she say? Let me play this real fast.
It's awkward.
Yeah,
you know?
I got blacklisted. Like
Wow.
when Lloyd had his thing, I was gonna leave. No one would take me. Like
Wow.
I went to a couple of gyms and it was like, we don't want you here.
AOJ had their,
like, you're
Atos
Lloyd's
had their thing.
dumb.
Everybody would take
So
that.
I stayed and got my
Atos
black
guys.
belt from Lloyd, and one of my motivations for leaving jiu-jitsu and going to MMA was because like I don't want to stay here and no one
Yeah.
else will take me. So I went to a whole new industry where I could start fresh per se.
Wow.
And so, you know, I'm glad now that there's a lot more speaking.
Yeah, Atos fall apart. Everybody take an Atos athlete. There might be some biases in the cases, but you know, the TLI guys, they got blacklisted. Sponsors, yeah, all that stuff was gone. The Atos guys are good. They still got their sponsors. They got their sponsors. They still could do the tournaments. Sarah Galvao could do every tournament. Nothing happened to these people. They're gonna be at Pans. Nothing happened to these people, bro.
God is with us.
We already saw that. Let's just go to this. So we got the Andre Galvao update on Reddit. We'll just read some comments and that'll be it for me. I'm tapping out. Says, am I correct in saying he did not once deny any of the allegations? Uh-oh. Not a single one. He didn't. Just Jesus rant, and I'll be there from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. What a terrible so-called Christian. All you need to say is God, Jesus, and faith, and the gullible will forgive you and waive off any need to admit guilt or prove innocence. That sounds about right to me. He went to the San Diego police. They didn't arrest him on the spot. He's good. The police didn't arrest me. I'm good. And they might be building a case against you. Says, hey now, Andre and Angelica have prioritized the well-being of the students. That's news. What got me is when he starts saying like absolutely nothing has changed. We are doing what we have always done. He should have chat GPT that. I don't think this is what the people wanted to hear. No, he said loud and clear, he's the owner of Atos and will continue to be. We'll be teaching full time, and whoever has something against it, go there. Basically, all comments are from men supporting him and some women. There were women in there supporting him too. That's why women don't say anything when they get abused. We all know one or are one. Say Jesus and get out of jail. That's true. This is America. Just quote the Bible, you get out of jail. As soon as he brought up God, you knew exactly where this was going. He was hanging on for dear life, trying not to have a full-on rant. He did that in Portuguese. He had his rant in Portuguese. As a Christian, religious ignorance is one of the greatest plagues of this generation. It really gets on my nerves when people do bad things and claim God is on their side when they know good and well they are not sorry and would do it again if they weren't exposed or caught. There's no consequences for these people. There ain't no consequences. IBJJF didn't do nothing. There's no federation. This ain't no real sport. There were no sanctions put on Atos. Nobody. The only thing that really hurt Atos was losing their affiliations. That's the only thing that hurt them and students. Otherwise, it's the same old. Religion. Okay, well, that's how you get out of stuff over here. So it says, every time I see one of these, I think of Dominica's apology video. She did an apology video? Click on that. Maybe it's when they make fun of something. So the controversy lasted about a month, slightly over. How long before he's back to being head instructor? He's already back there. How long before athletes come back? Enough to get ready for Pans? Well, Pans is in like 2 weeks. Just after, and so they can get ready for Worlds in a year. Will this totally be forgotten? Will gyms go back to being affiliated? Will new gyms end up affiliating? As folks have said, the BJJ community has a real hard time holding folks accountable for any meaningful length of time, although this might be the quickest turnaround I've seen. Someone says, didn't you hear him? He's adjusting the price structure. What else could he do? Someone says, I thought he was saying he adjusted the price prior to the controversy. I was under the impression prices went up. Also, his admin team may have lost money in the process, losing commissions on sales. I think everybody's losing money over there. Don't take what I'm saying as truth. Somebody said nobody's forgotten Lloyd. And Lloyd, I would argue Lloyd, Irvin, those guys got punished more harshly than any of these guys. I don't see them going back if they have AOJ instead. It's just as good, if not better. A lot of those people are probably just completely disgusted with him. Someone says, how long until he victimizes students again? Ooh. Someone says, that's the real question. It seems the lack of genuine consequences will only embolden him further. He has zero capacity to take accountability and has clearly shifted blame on people, taking issue with him raising prices and executing some sort of witch hunt in response. Zero transparency and accountability, only words spoken by a predator who realized his daughter doesn't have the brand recognition to carry the destroyed business and are hoping his face will still attract those who don't care so he doesn't have to work as a personal trainer. That man could retire if he wanted to. He says, I didn't do it, and if I did, I'm sorry, and God will protect me. Now let me get in trouble. You guys see the bots jumping on me. Let me get in trouble. Knock on wood. Let me get in trouble. It's gonna be a witch hunt out there. They're gonna be a lynching over here. Let me mess up a little bit. They're gonna be coming after me with the pitchforks. Galvao takes a little vacation. Everything's good. Everything's back to normal business. Where was I? Someone says the police didn't contact because they were investigating and didn't need to talk to the predator until they have concluded with victims. It says they put her in such a bad position to begin with. I guess they're talking about Sarah. There was no way that would last or work to the standard they've become accustomed to, charging $300 plus and being a major gym both competitively and as a destination gym in a very competitive location. At best, she'd retain her friends and some folks that don't care either way. They'd do well competitively, and in a year or so, folks might tiptoe back once the news dies down. But to expect a 19 to 20-year-old still building their brand and accolades to run and rebuild the school, be the main instructor, and otherwise focus on things beyond just medals, that's a lot to ask. Much less a gym that's probably lost a ton of income, members, merch, affiliates, etc. He didn't even bother to say he didn't do it. I do understand the sentiment, but what transparency or accountability do you mean? How would it even look? Athletes in the gym, they are still training there, are clearly fine with him teaching. He is, so far, was not charged with anything criminal. So far. So that's about it. I mean, being outed as a major creep has cost him some major chunk of his business. But if his customers are cool with him, that's as far as it goes. Imagine if Andre Galvao was a CEO of a major corporation. They would have got rid of him. If he was a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, he would be out the door. They would have another CEO. Sarah says, if the government can do it and not be canceled, why not Galvao? These are crazy times. Someone says, is it true that he hasn't been officially charged with anything? I was under the impression that his victims have already reached out to law enforcement, but his video seems to imply the opposite. Someone says, I believe the victim, but law enforcement will ask for physical evidence, video, or witnesses. If she doesn't have any of that, it will be very difficult to make criminal case. A civil case, on the other hand, it's hard to make charges stick for just being creepy with an 18-year-old on the mats with people around. I don't think he should be teaching or seen as a role model, but also none of his alleged behavior carries a harsh legal outcome either. Someone says, I work in law enforcement at the federal level. Maybe local folks can chime in, but I cannot imagine the allegations we heard about being taken on by a U.S. attorney. Someone says, State Boy here, no DA I've ever worked with would file. There's a slight difference between local and federal standards. In other words, from my experience, U.S. attorneys will demand a bit more evidence to take a case to trial, versus a local court, city, county, state, may take on a case with a bit of less evidence. That being said, sadly, without video evidence, they probably got deleted somewhere. Otherwise witnesses, other victims showing a pattern or MO, this is going to be a tough case to prove to a jury criminally. which I'm guessing he's already talked with his lawyers and knows all of this, and therefore we now see him coming back to Atos. Again, just because they can't prove it in court doesn't mean it did not occur. Does not mean it didn't occur. Does not mean anything, really. Just that they don't have enough proof. So that's how these guys get away with stuff. It says, apart from ear licking, and saying some creepy stuff, did we ever get the full list of allegations? That to me, that's enough. I remember hearing about multiple victims, and them being in contact with law enforcement. There might be some other athletes at Atos that might have to be under the radar for a while. It's hard to charge these sort of crimes. It says, plus people forget that life is not an episode of Law and Order, and a whole investigation plus sentencing doesn't happen within a month or two. In similar situations, I do want to bring up the checkmate situation. Some of that stuff has started last year, and it didn't come out till this year, so it can take months for these investigations. He says, in similar situations I've witnessed and have knowledge of, it took a whole year since the police report was made until the perpetrator was tried and sentenced. And after that, they can still appeal, etc. It's a long, tedious, and taxing process for the victim. And expensive also. What's up, LL Snap, you back? He didn't really do anything criminal, more just disgusting behavior for a coach of that magnitude. Again, I'm not defending any of these people. I guess licking her ear could be sexual assault, but it's not really enough. He seemed to wait till she was 18, so unless there's more people that come out and something worse, it's just reputational damage for a guy whose reputation was everything. LL Snap said the feds. You think the feds going after him? Maybe. LL Snap called ice on him. LL Snap called ice on that man. That's why he deleted your message. Someone says back to teaching 5 to 6 days a week is absolutely wild. Seems like he's back to business as usual, unfortunately, from the heart, from zero accountability heart. Everyone will just forget like always, and this dude will ego his way back into his gym and the community. The only person that really got penalized and traumatized was Lloyd Irvin and his team. Those are the only people that really got really sanctioned. And you heard from Sajara, she said she couldn't even train nowhere. TLI was the only team that really got hit with some ramifications. Checkmate, nothing. Atos, nothing. Gracie Baja, nothing. What's the so if you block, that's it, they're gonna get you. But if you Brazilian or something else, you okay. That's what I'm hearing. Lloyd Irvin team, the only team that actually got they the only people that got hit. He's somewhere in San Diego. He's somewhere, I don't know what county he's in. Orange County? Is it San Diego in Orange County? I don't know. There's like millions of people over there. Them police overworked, underpaid. Let's see if there's anything else. He's 100% going to appear at CJI. The fact that nothing is going to happen to Galvao except him taking a month-long vacation and he can go back to teaching and probably everyone is going to be back to loving Galvao come Masters Worlds is sickening. Hey, that's the sport, man. I don't know what else to say, man. That's the sport. Oh, he posted. I might have to check that out. Don't know why anyone expected anything different would happen. People love to support predators, especially in this sport. J-Rod handled it so much better, and he was accused of, whatever he was accused of. J-Rod making good money too, man. Apparently you need to get in trouble. Now, if I get in trouble, that's it. YouTube gone. Facebook deleted. Instagram terminated. Patreon destroyed. They gonna take my LinkedIn? Let me get in trouble, man. I mean, knock on wood. There ain't nobody coming to rescue me. Good idea. He invited people to stop by. Send the authorities location. J-Rod was being creepy, but ultimately did not physically harm anyone. You don't know what J-Rod did. Says, didn't McKenzie, is this Sarah? Sarah, we see you posting, Sarah. That's you. That's Sarah right there. Didn't Mackenzie Dern make this whole thing about her social media agency reposting old content with Andre, and it happened to just be an accident and a coincidence? Yeah. Sarah, yeah, Mackenzie ain't said nothing. She was at Carnival partying, living her best girl life. Today I learned that the real reason all the instructors left was because of a change in a fee structure, not because they were disgusted with what was going on. I argue, why do you trust these people? Why do you trust any of these people, man? I mean, you guys barely trust me. I spend more time with you people than any of those world champions ever will. They're not gonna ever talk to you guys. The only thing they're gonna do is have their hand out. You pay them for the instructional or for the seminar. That's all. That's the only interaction you're gonna have with these people. You guys be over here arguing with me. I gotta defend myself against bots. I got robots coming after me. Where's Galvao at? Which one? What's the Portuguese one? All right, let me check this out, and I got a dub, man. I'm tired. Where's the thumb at? Where the thumb at? He over here, Sarah? It's in Portuguese? Hell Snap said you here to expose him. Where the thumb at? I don't see him. Which one? You on English? Go to his page? Oh, okay. All right, after this, I got to dip, man. I'm tired. On Instagram, yeah. I don't even know how to spell his name. Ella Quim Ratinho. He says, I want to speak to our community from the heart. Please take a moment to watch this. Oh, he just reposted it. He didn't say nothing, though, Sarah. He just reposted the same thing. L Snap says somebody getting arrested. He posted the
Hello,
same
I
thing.
hope you're doing.
I can't listen to Galvao right now.
Fala, pessoal.
He didn't comment nothing. He just reposted. Okay. Look at the thumb. That man. Why he so thumb shaped? He's so thumb shaped. Shout out to him, man. He doing it, man. He doing it. That man's so thumb shaped. He be posting a million goddamn stories. I can't do it. I'm done. It's on the other posts. Well, I ain't see nothing, Sarah. I ain't see him post nothing, Sarah. What did he post? Which other post, Sarah? I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm tapped out. All right, guys. That's it for today. We covered Andre Galvao. We covered... Who else is on the thumbnail? Nah, it's too late. I'm done. I'm done, Sarah. I'm tapped out. 3 hours, Sarah. I'm done. I can't do no more. All right, guys. That's it. We should be back tomorrow. I'll let you know. Is tomorrow Friday? I'll let you know. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for the support. We appreciate you and all your spending your time with me. Who else was on the thumbnail? Let me check who was on the thumbnail real fast. Did I cover everybody? Oh, Robert Drysdale. I don't know about Robert Drysdale. I don't know about Robert Drysdale or Andre. They friends too. they friends from Brasa days. All right, man. That's it. Shout out to LL Snap, Sarah, everybody else hanging out. Danny Choppa, the crew. We'll keep you guys updated. Again, yeah, I can't do anything about these people, man. And they send their bots after me, and they're going to send their black belts after me soon, too. You see what happened in Michigan just now? What happened in Michigan? No, what happened there? Send it to me in text. All right, Sarah, take care of yourself. We're going to play the Ran Through song, as Sarah called it. And we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow and maybe Saturday. I'll let you guys know. All right, I'm done, man. See ya. Here we go. You know, I'm going to play that song a couple times. You know I got to play that song. See you guys. Yep. 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 Yep.
Live streaming every week. We got Mush, LOL, Snap, and even CP. Uncovering the news that you don't see. Doing judo and jiu-jitsu is where you'll find me. Traveling the world, meeting these girls, pleading the fifth. You can't cheat this. We might be ran through, but we'll never give up on you. It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network. It's the Alec News Network.